preset or SSPR. And on session 3, we'll be on PowerPoint 365 and Recorder. On day 2, for session 1, Introduction to Microsoft Teams. On session 2, Teams Communication. And on day 3, for session 1, Teams Collaboration. For day 3, session 2, Microsoft OneNote. For day 4, session 1, Teams Coordination. And for day 4, session 2, Introduction of the Microsoft Educator Community, taking online courses, earning points, badges, certificates, and earning your title as a Microsoft Innovative Educator or Certified MIE. So you'll be having a very productive week for this week all throughout our training on the online capacity build on setting up a hybrid learning classroom with Microsoft 365 together with our competent speakers, our Microsoft education ambassadors of the region. Resource speaker. And in a few moments, ladies and gentlemen, will be joining us is no other than our regional director. So please hold on and stand by for a while. So we're just fixing some technical problems at this moment, and in a little while, we'll be is no other than our regional director. So please hold on for a while I introduce to you our regional director for his message. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to give you the great man behind the DepEd Regional Office 8. Ladies and gentlemen, our dedicated and compassionate regional director, Amir B. Oitico, for his message. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the great man behind the great success of DepEd Regional Office 8, our dedicated and compassionate regional director, Dr. Ramir B. Oitico.
Morning. Okay na?
Good morning, sir.
Good
Morning, sir.
morning. So, you can hear me now.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Master. Loud and clear.
Who's doing the, who's the MC?
Sir, good morning.
it's okay.
Hello, sir.
Good
Go
morning.
ahead,
This
sir. Good
is
morning.
yeah part of the challenges that we have been experiencing in our learning continuity plan implementation. Uh, Not only on internet connectivity, but of course all the nuances in information and communication technology. And we are not all experts along this line, so we need to always capacitate ourselves. It's an unending efforts of the Department of Education. And first and foremost, I would like to thank all the attendees today for this training. And I understand this is for setting up of a hybrid learning classroom, of course, with Microsoft Office 365, then the basics, and then the understanding of remote learning and digital portfolios and the Microsoft Teams for collaboration and communication with the learning community. So um, I think all these topics are contributory to the success of our learning continuity plan implementation. I'm sure that everybody has been aware that there are still irregularities, there are still problems that confront us with regard to our learning continuity plan implementation. And I have been emphasizing that in Region 8, we only have one modality, and that is the modular distance learning modality, and that um, the radio and TV-based instructions, along with online learning, are supplemental, meaning we focus on our modular approach, and if it would be possible, divisions can embark on radio and TV-based instructions and the online learning. And of course, all these require equipment, all these require connectivity because in Region 8, internet connectivity is still a challenge. And I hope that this training would somehow uh, capacitate our participants to really have passion um, in response to what you call the new normal and in response to our learning continuity plan implementation. And again, even if the focus is on the modules, but we can have these modalities, these online and all the other uh, benefits that you can get out from this training would somehow level up our modular distance learning um, modality with these digital portfolios and all the other benefits that we can get. I know that this will somehow level up our modular distance learning approach. So I challenge especially the division information technology officers who are in attendance and the teachers to use their knowledge, their skills, attitudes, and values that they can gain out from this training to help, to assist all the men and women who are involved in our learning continuity plan implementation. I'm referring to the principals, the district supervisors who are taking the lead in the implementation. So I hope that you will find the insights today very helpful so that the problems, the concerns that we have been encountering in the learning continuity plan implementation would somehow be minimized. So kung ako yung Division Information Technology Officer, hahanap ako ng paraan na kung ano man yung matutunan ko from this training, gagamitin ko yan para makatulong ako sa Learning Continuity Plan implementation. Alam nyo yung reality sa baba. Alam nyo yung mga na-experience sa ating mga guro in the reproduction of modules, in the reproduction of the learners' activity sheets. Alam nyo yung mga totoong kwento sa baba. So I hope that your knowledge, yung mga insights nyo ngayon on this particular modality, magagamit nyo kahit nagkakaproblema sa baba. You can still use your insights today na mapagaan yung mga problema even at the school level. For example, na-mention ko yung digital portfolios. So kahit kayo, you have your online connection, mayroon kayong access online, you can use your access in looking for materials that will help your co-teachers, that will help the principals, that will help the district supervisors in managing the distance learning, which focuses on the modular approach. Hindi yung kakayahan nyo sa online learning, online modality na you are away from the reality. Dapat kahit may knowledge kayo on Microsoft Office, kahit online man yan or offline, dapat yung insights niyo ngayon, dapat magagamit yan. Hindi yung kasi you have the knowledge, kayo yung Division Information and Technology Officers, kayo yung listo, kayo yung very familiar with online learning modality at nakahiwalay kayo sa katotohanan. So with your knowledge today, look for opportunities na magagamit niyo yon para matulungan niyo ang inyong mga co-teachers, para matulungan niyo yung mga schools, yung divisions. Hindi dapat yung knowledge niyo on online tapos nakahiwalay kayo sa katotohanan. So what is challenging now is we embrace online modality para magagamit natin, para ma-level up natin yung modular distance learning modality na ginagamit sa Region 8. Hindi yung knowledge yung ngayon, nakahiwalay kayo sa katotohanan. So, while participating in this endeavor today, dapat gamitin nyo yung mga isip nyo na paano kaya kayo makatulong sa modular approach with your knowledge on Microsoft Office. Meron kaya itong maiambag sa totoong istorya ngayon sa ating mga paaralan. Kasi kung nakahiwalay kayo sa katotohanan, walang silbi ang endeavor na ito. So ito yung challenge ko sa lahat ng mga attendees from Region 8 ngayon. With your knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values na makukuha niyo ngayon sa training na ito, sana makatulong ito sa totoong istorya. And I don't think I need to tell you of the real stories that have been told today sa implementation ng Learning Continuity Plan natin sa Region 8. We don't mind the other regions. Babalikan natin ngayon kung ano ang totoong istorya sa Learning Continuity Plan implementation in Region 8. And ang inyong pagiging very familiar, very skillful in Microsoft, in information and technology, Gamitin nyo yan. Again, gamitin nyo yan para maiangat natin kung ano man yung mga totoong mga kahirapan ngayon ng ating mga guro sa ating mga paaralan. Yun ang makapagbigay natin ng satisfaction kung ano man yung matutunan natin ngayon. Hindi yung kayo, yung mga listo sa IT, nakahiwalay kayo? No. Ano yung real story in Region 8? So kung iyon man yung totoong istorya, gamitin nyo yung kaalaman nyo sa information and technology para makatulong tayo sa ating mga guro, sa ating mga school heads, kung ano man yung estado, what is the status of the Learning Continuity Plan implementation of Region 8. Yun ang hope ko, yun ang challenge ko sa lahat ng mga attendees today. That information and technology thing should be part of the modular approach no matter what. Hindi yung nakahiwalay kayo. That is a tall order that would be very challenging to all of you, but because mayroon kayong mga puso, mayroon kayong mga kaisipan, I'm sure makapaghanap kayo ng innovation. Jim is leading at the regional office. Ang mga division information and technology officers nasa mga divisions at meron tayong mga focal persons at the school level. Sana in the years to come, in the months to come, in the days to come, mayroong mga brilliant minds na there is a marriage of the online learning and the modular approach na ginagamit natin sa Region 8 para merong ibang istorya ang Region 8. Na there is a marriage between the modular approach with your Microsoft learnings, insights na makukuha niyo. At ang tanong ko dyan is, ano yon? And you don't need to answer me today because that will be part of your challenge. Good luck to all the participants, and I'm sure Region 8 will always be great with you around, and the Department of Education should be the last one to surrender. I expect brilliant minds to surface, to emerge in the morrows to come with information and technology expertise of our men and women, especially those who are in attendance today. Good morning and God bless. Be safe, everyone.
And gentlemen, let's give a virtual applause to our regional director, Dr. Ramil Tikoy Tico. Thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful message. Indeed, still, Region 8 is great.
Thank you, sir.
One,
Thank you. Thank you.
also, I. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
sir.
much once again. And of course, we do hope that everything was clear. We need to embrace the online modality for our learning continuity plan of the region. So with that, with this great endeavor headed by our regional ITOs, Sir Jim Albert Dagado, and the rest of the team of our Microsoft Education Ambassadors of the region, we hope to answer to the challenge of our regional director. So we are all together. Basta Region 8, listo. There we go. So with that, friends, I guess we are now ready to start with our first session for our day one for this online capacity building on setting up a hybrid learning classroom with Microsoft 365. Are we good, Sir Jonas and Sir Nani? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, to start with is our first resource speaker. He is a Metrobank outstanding teacher, a 2015 National Outstanding Teacher, the Philippine representative of our Global Educator Exchange in Barcelona, Spain in the year 2014, Philippine representative for our Global Education Exchange in Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, a master teacher too of Palo National School, Dr. Hernane S. Fernandez Jr. on what is hybrid learning, synchronous versus asynchronous, working with remotely, assessment in hybrid learning, and structuring class time remotely, and of course, humanizing a remote learning experience. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give you Dr. Hernane S. Fernandez Jr. Take it away, sir.
Hello, good morning, my dear educators and teachers from Eastern Visayas, most especially to our regional director. We heard him a while ago, and to our regional IT officer, Sir Jim Albert Lagado, and to the different division IT officers who are present today. My warm greetings to all. So this is all. We are already in the fifth week of the school year 2020 and 2021, and most likely we already experienced the challenging part of the learning modality that we implemented in Region 8. We heard from our regional director that in Region 8, we are implementing the modular distance learning modality. And in supplement to that, of course, we can use the online learning as a remote learning. Okay. So I know you have your own story or own version of your stories. Most likely mga siguro mga conflicts yan on how to implement the modular distance learning modality. But we are here, Microsoft, together with the Microsoft Education Ambassadors to impart to you what is hybrid learning and how hybrid learning can effectively be done for this remote learning. So if you can see my slide, so I am sharing now my slide. We will talk about hybrid learning, a new model for future learning. Again, I am Hernani Fernandez, Microsoft Innovative Educator Fellow, and a Microsoft Education Ambassador. So, in hybrid learning model, we have existing models which are education models. I know you are familiar with partial opening. Nung bago pa nag-start yung klase natin, for this school year 2020 and 2021, medyo nagkaroon tayo ng problem. Not only in the Department of Education, but of course in the Philippines because of this pandemic. And of course, kahit sino, hindi ginusto yung COVID-19 pandemic. Walang may gusto nito. Hence, in the Department of Education, we are not ready. Kumbaga, lahat nangangapa of what kind of learning modality ang dapat nating i-implement sa bawat region. Now, for this partial opening of an education model, ito yung tinatawag nating we allow specific students or learners na pumapasok sa school. Okay? Most likely, ito yung mga young learners. No? I know na-experience ito ng mga grade 1 teachers. Okay? Even the teachers in the kindergarten. No? Kasi ito sila yung mga bata na cannot read pa. Kayang hindi pa kaya magbasa or kailangan pang i-assist. And then, we also have students, wag nating kalimutan yung mga students with special needs. Okay? Hindi kaya ng mga parents or parents dapat dyan train on how to handle students with special needs. And students who don't have access to technological devices or connection to technological devices. Hence, for this education model, which is partial opening, may mga piling students na pumapasok sa school. And of course, yung mga estudyante that have access to technology and kumbaga, can have their own assessment or assistance at home for homeschooling, hindi nila kailangan pumunta sa school. Then we have these synchronous and separated. What does this mean? Okay. When we say synchronous and separated, yung iba sa atin, we are thinking of blended learning. Okay. Pero prior to pandemic or to COVID-19 pandemic, iba kasi yung definition ng blended learning strategy. When we say blended learning, ito yung mga teachers who uses technology in the classroom, combining technology integration in teaching to conventional method. But in this time of pandemic, parang we are using the term blended learning kasi mag-online learning modality at the same time pwedeng mag-modular or mag-face-to-face. Okay? Pero for synchronous and separated, ito yung nagpe-face-to-face and online instruction at the same time. Ang ibig sabihin, some students are in person while others are joining some class remotely, no? So ganun yung model ng synchronous and separated. Then we have the rotational education model. When we say rotational naman, kumbaga may mga schools dito sa atin sa Philippines na ang target is may mga kumbaga half of the students in the classroom papasok, then half hindi. Kumbaga nagkakaroon ng scheduling, pero hindi yun tinatawag nating rotational. When we say rotational, rotating of students on and off in a campus throughout the week. Some are in campus while some are in asynchronous. Okay, so you've heard terminologies such as synchronous and asynchronous. Later on, I will talk about it. I know the Department of Education have uh, own learning modalities. As we heard from our regional director in Region 8, of course, we are using the modular distance learning modality. So in your screen, you will see yung face-to-face. Okay, are we using face-to-face modality? Okay, are we using modular distance learning modality effectively? Okay, or yung iba sa atin nag-online distance learning ba in Region 8? Just like what we heard, supplemental lang yung pwede nating gawin sa face-to-face and online kasi nag-focus tayo dun sa modular distance learning modality. Okay. In school, no, I am a teacher, a senior high school teacher in Palo National High School. Nag-focus kami talaga dun sa modular distance learning. Pero we cannot kumbaga, we cannot stop other students to access online or to access technology. That's why naging options ng mga students yung pag-access sa mga learning materials, no? Pero still we are giving learning materials to our students. Kumbaga, if they cannot pass a hard copy, then we allow students to submit it online. But we don't require students to do that. Why? Because other students, kapag nalaman nila, magre-react naman yon. Kasi not all activities or not all students, I mean, can perform activities with the use of technology. No? Ito yung mga common problem. Bago pa mag-start yung school year 2020 and 2021, I heard so many problems with my students that they don't have cell phone, they don't have laptop, they don't have access to technology, especially those students who resides dun sa medyo malayo ng lugar or far-flung areas natin dito sa in our own municipality. Okay? So, meron rin tayong tinatawag na homeschooling. Just like what I said, we are already in our 5th week. So, ano na yung nangyayari? Okay? How effectively we perform or we implement the modular distance learning modality. Pero what we will talk about today in my session is how hybrid learning can be done effectively. When we say hybrid learning, of course, combination kasi ito ng education models, okay, with the use of Microsoft 365. So, as you can see again, we have here a model which is asynchronous and asynchronous, then face-to-face and virtual or online. And the hybrid learning is at the center, meaning combination of all models. A hybrid learning environment is a mix of all the models. It can be synchronous, okay, and virtual, pwedeng face-to-face and virtual, pwedeng face-to-face and asynchronous, or combination of the four. Kaya siya tinawag na hybrid learning. A hybrid approach to learning builds on the success of these models to intentionally create a learner-centered experience that is profoundly personalized, relevant, and engaging. Then, a hybrid model combines the best of in-school and remote learning. Prior to pandemic, I know all teachers are very effective in their classroom teaching. Okay? So, isipin natin yung mga strategy that we did. Okay? Yung sa learning face-to-face na ginagawa nating strategy. And let's think on how can we apply it effectively with the use of technology. So yun yung concept na tinatawag na hybrid model. It is more than a quick fix, kumbaga. It is a way to enhance and accelerate learning by providing student-centered approaches to meet diverse learners' needs. Actually, if you are familiar with the 21st century learning design or yung tinatawag natin 21 CLD, Microsoft offers it for learner-centered approach in teaching. And at the same time, students will not just acquire the skills that we expect from them, but of course, yung importanteng ICT competence and yung tinatawag nating 21st century skills. Okay? So, yung 21st century learning design na yan, actually, ginamit namin sa Palo National High School. Okay? We design learning materials, we design learning activities, kumbaga personalized talaga siya, but without the use of technology. Okay? Kasi we don't like that our students will experience difficulty in answering learning answers, learning materials na ibinibigay namin as part of the modular distance learning mode na meron tayo sa Region 8. Pero, of course, there are teachers or there are subjects na nagbibigay ng options to our students. Like, halimbawa, I understand that in MAPE, okay, in MAPE, we cannot discuss some topics without students watching videos. But what we did is we need to explain what's in the video. Then ask analytical questions to the students for them na ma-visualize kung ano meron sa video without viewing it. Pero an option is a link, no? A link to YouTube video or any link na pwedeng mapanood ng mga bata. In that case, hindi natin binigyan ng problema yung mga students natin. So, that is a combination of what? Asynchronous and virtual, kumbaga. So, hybrid learning po 'yon. And then, in transition to dynamic hybrid learning model, medyo there are different strategies pa rin, no? Kumbaga para maging resilient tayo, there are three strategies that aid in creating transition to a dynamic hybrid learning model. Sino ba yung ayaw magkaroon ng hybrid learning style in our virtual classroom, in our modular distance learning approach? Okay? Hence, we have here collaborative capacity building. Okay. For collaborative capacity building, kumbaga, this is a engaging student learning experience and standardize the implementation of these tools in order to streamline communications and workflows. Nagbibigay tayo ng different technological tools, okay, na gagamitin ng mga estudyante for them to be engaged, no, to make activities more engaging. And then another is standardized digital platforms. Yung mga schools which are using online learning modality, meron yung tinatawag na LMS, no, yung Learners Management System. Hindi yan sila gumagamit ng ordinary tool or learners management system to connect their students and teachers dun sa online. Okay? That's why for Microsoft, we are offering Microsoft 365 to be used for these standardized digital platforms. We cannot just use Messenger or Facebook to communicate with our students, but I understand that most of the teachers are using it, no? Kasi for them, free data magagamit naman ng mga students. Pero come to think of this, when you share materials to your students, they cannot also download it, no? Kapag Messenger yung ginamit mo or Facebook yung ginamit mo for sharing your files. So, I suggest let us use Microsoft Teams, no, or other Microsoft Suite programs, Microsoft Office 365 suite programs, which are designed for education or hybrid learning. Then we can use this change management or utilize the chosen digital platform for change management. Actually, for Microsoft 365, this is the perfect digital platform for educational institutions. Marami na rin gumagamit, ano, it's not only in the Philippines, but also in other country. Of course, you will say that in the Philippines, we still have problem when it comes to technology and internet connectivity. I am with you. I am with you guys. That is one problem in our country, unlike to other countries. But the idea of using hybrid learning model is a different one. No? Just like what I said, we can combine other modality to make it effective. That is why I have here the 5 elements of hybrid learning. Okay. As you can see in your screen, we have here a learning environment, no? Class community, ano yung pwedeng lesson design na pwede natin gamitin, and how students can be engaged, no? Or engagement in interactivity, and how assessment and feedback can be done. In our region, meron din tayong latest memorandum on how to assess our students, because we gave our students module. Okay, syempre self-facing yung module na ginagamit natin, pero how authentic is our assessment na ibinibigay to our students? How sure are you na yung estudyante ba talaga yung nag-a-answer ng mga learning materials na yon, di ba? Meron nga akong estudyante naka-chat ko, no? Ang sabi niya, ay sir, siyempre, we are using modular distance learning modality, and hindi daw nakikita ng mga teachers yung mga estudyante na nag-a-answer ng mga learning materials. So pwede raw ko nung mag-cheat. And then I told my students na of course it's up to you. Pero yung values, no? Importante doon yung values eh. Kaya nga we need to motivate pa rin yung mga estudyante natin that if they will cheat in answering the learning materials, in the end sila pa rin yung kawawa doon. Okay? If their parents will answer the learning materials, okay, without the effort of the students, of their child, in the end, yun nga, ang nag-benefit nun yung mga parents, not the students. So, dapat yung first lesson na ibinibigay dyan is yung digital citizenship. Kumbaga, how to be a responsible digital user. Okay? Whether, regardless of a learning modality na ginagamit. So, for Microsoft 365, for this hybrid learning, later on you will see how assessment and feedback can be done. No? This is similar to the 21st century learning design. If you are familiar with this, yung assessment na ginagamit niya is not just a pen and paper assessment. It's not just a test for multiple choice test, no? Kasi kapag nag-multiple choice test ka, okay, yun nga, the always question then, how authentic is that assessment? Okay? So, ang maganda rito sa hybrid learning, we will not just learn the 5 elements of hybrid learning environment, but also later on we can appreciate how assessment can be done. Kasi we are already in the 5th week of school year 2020 and 2021. And for sure, some of the teachers here are already checking, di ba? Are already checking the activities performed by the students. Nagkakaroon na tayo ng feedback, no? Kumbaga, paano tayo nagko-communicate to our students? How often is that? No? Every day ba? From time to time ba? Tayo nagko-connect sa kanila? Okay, let's talk about learning environment muna. No? When you say learning environment as one element of the learning, this combines the best of in school and online learning with digital engagement. Okay, yan yung sinabi ko kanina. No? Ano ba yung best strategy na ginawa mo before, prior to pandemic? Okay. Is it lecture method? No? Ayaw na tayo ng lecture method. Medyo gas-gas na yon. Wag tayong bumalik dun sa conventional. Okay. Yung iba sa atin, nagpapa-perform ng activity. Okay. How activity were done in our regular classroom setting before? Isipin natin kung paano ginawa yon. Of course, nagkaroon ba kayo ng groupings? Is it individual? Meaning to say, yan yung best of in school. And we need to combine it with online learning, with digital engagement, using Microsoft 365 tools. Okay? Kaya siya tinawag na hybrid learning. Like for instance, if you will use Microsoft Teams, you can communicate to your students. Okay? They can submit their output using Microsoft Teams. You can use also Microsoft Teams to assess, no, yung mga output ng students. So, hindi na magkakaroon ng problem na lumabas pa yung parent or lumabas yung students to submit the hard copy of the learning materials. Okay. in school, in Palo National High School, I can say that we effectively implement the modular distance learning modality. Nagkaroon lang kami ng konting problem before, pero just like what we heard from our regional director, yung learning continuity plan natin, until now, di ba, nagkakaroon pa rin tayo ng development or improvement. Similar to our school. Prior to our modular distance learning approach, nagpunta kami sa mga bara-barangay. Okay? Kami, ang target namin, kami mismo yung pupunta sa aming mga students. We need to reach out with our students to give to them the the modules. Okay? So nagkaroon kami ng nag-cluster kami. Each teacher in our school nagkaroon ng assignment kung saan pupuntang barangay. Pero, syempre, medyo nakakatakot yung COVID-19. Although we follow the IATF protocol, nag-mask, whatsoever, still, yung local transmission nakakatakot. Okay? That's why nung nagkaroon ng case in our municipality about this, so we need to think another option or another strategy. And effectively, ang ginagawa namin ngayon is yung mga parents na lang yung pumupunta sa school, we following the schedule kada barangay. Okay? Para, kasi syempre mas safe yon. Yung parents, kapag pag lumabas ng bahay nila, and they will collect or claim the learning materials ng kanilang mga anak, diretso na yan sa school. Hindi na yan pupunta kung saan-saan. Unlike kaming mga teachers, tayong mga teachers, nung nagbabarang-barangay kami, I know you experienced that too, hindi lang isang barangay pinupuntahan natin or hindi lang isang tao nakakausap natin. Kaya medyo nakakatakot yon. So now, hindi. Kasi aside that we are following the IATF protocol in the distribution of learning materials to our students, yung parents na talaga ang pumupunta at napaka-discipline ng mga parents. No? Halimbawa, the schedule of this barangay is today. Tapos, pupunta lang sila following the time. If it is 8 to 9, 9 to 10, so hindi nagkakasabay-sabay. Okay? Now, for learning environment, isipin uli natin how effectively we did our strategy before and combine it with online learning with digital engagement. No? And learning environment, this is also a way to enhance and accelerate learning by providing student-centered approaches to foster global competencies and meet diverse learners' needs. No? Yung mga learning activity na binigay namin sa estudyante namin, especially in senior high school, we merge the competencies. Ito yung palaging problem natin, ano? Yung budget of lesson. Ang teacher, hirap na hirap. Ang weekly home learning plan ng school namin, 2 subjects a day. Okay? So, 4 days yon kasi may free time yung mga students every Friday. For senior high school, what we did is 3 subjects for a week. No? For a week. Para yung mga students, halimbawa, today is Tuesday. Okay? So, pag nag-perform sila ng activity ngayon at hindi nila matapos, they can still continue it on the following day. But they need to complete it in 1 week. Then, they will submit for another subjects on the next week. Okay? So, yung mga diversity ng mga learners, may mga learners na hirap, especially in mathematics, no? Ang dami kong naririnig na mga, it's not a complaint, pero mga students na nagpapatulong, no? Kaya nga, meron kaming parang hotline center sa school. Okay, aside from modular, all teachers are online, no? Online sa cellphone nila, sa kanilang messenger, okay? At any forms of technology, online sila para pag nag-message yung students from 8 to 5 na time na yon, they can answer yung mga inquiries ng mga students. But if we will use Microsoft 365, no? Hindi natin kailangan gawin yon kasi we can share all the materials in Microsoft Teams and anytime, anywhere, students can access to that. Yun ang kagandahan doon. Then, educational institutions must create physical and virtual learning spaces that are conducive to dynamic interactions with students who are both in person and remote. Okay? Wag lang tayo online, no? Kaya nga this is hybrid kasi paano kung power outage, no? May power outage sa lugar. Palagi naman nagkakaroon ng schedule dito sa ating region, no? So kailangan meron pa ring access doon sa other form of modality. So both in person and remote. That is the learning environment of hybrid learning model. Then we have class community. Okay, this is a second element of hybrid learning. When we say class community, educators can create community through a variety of experiences. Students need to feel connected to one another and to their instructor. Mahirap kasi na wala tayo dun sa kanila because they are doing the homeschooling, okay? Pagkatapos, medyo hirap yung estudyante sa pag-answer ng learning activity mo. Tapos, they feel that they are alone, okay? Importante that they can feel that they are connected to one another. It's not in a form of cheating because students can ask an idea to other students and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Walang problema doon. Kapag nag-sharing ng ideas, that is, they are just doing it collaboratively, but not the answer. Okay? Not the answer. This week actually, ang subject for senior high school is practical research too. No? Ano yung innovation na ginawa namin para sa practical research subject? Using modular distance learning modality. Okay? Nag-provide kami ng mga materials, mga learning, mga different journals, no, in a certain topic. Pagkatapos, nandun na lahat ang references na gagamitin nila. Medyo makapal lang yung learning materials kasi we provided 10 journals for one concept. And then from that 10 journals, they have to read it and come up with a new concept for research. Kumbaga, hindi kailangan pumunta ng library, hindi kailangan mag-on para hindi mahirapan yung estudyante. But if we are using the hybrid learning, students can feel connection, no? They can have connection to their classmates and to their teachers, no? Kasi nandun lahat yung mga materials na gagamitin natin. At napaka-importante 'yan to build a class community, no? Especially in this time of pandemic. Then instructors must find a way to bridge the physical distance that separates participants by creating a class community. Ito na yung pinag-uusapan natin. You will say that you already did class community through Messenger. Okay? Siguro at this point, pwede nating magamit yon. No? We can communicate to our students. We can share to them the instruction. You can share to them the materials, pero medyo limited. Medyo limited siya. Kasi kapag walang, yun na nga, free data, pero pag wala ka ring load, you cannot download the materials pa rin. So ang concept dito, kailangan mo pa rin talaga magpa-load, no? Pero I am appealing to the parents, no? 'Di ba we are in pandemic, homeschooling. I always told the parents na give time naman sa mga kahit papaano naman sa mga expenses ng mga anak nila. Let's invest kasi education pa rin to. Remember, yung regular classroom setting natin dati, pumapasok yung mga estudyante, pumapasok yung mga bata, binibigyan ng balon, no? Binibigyan ng baon, namamasahe. Okay? Now, for fifth week, no, medyo nakatipid na rin po tayo. Lalo na kung yung mga anak natin malayo yung school. Okay? So, ang nangyayari ngayon, walang baon yung mga bata kasi nasa bahay. Hindi masyadong magasta sa mga materials kasi provided ng ano ba naman yun? Let's spend a little amount naman para dun sa option na pag-online ng mga estudyante. I'm not forcing all because not all students or not all household merong access to technology. But for those na meron, why not do that? No? Just like what our regional director said, this can supplement the modular distance learning modality natin. At kahit papaano napapadali pa rin dun sa part ng mga estudyante. We have students in Palawan National High School say, "Sir, can we submit our answer online?" Of course, we give options to our students, no? Pero all of them pa rin nakaka-receive ng modules. Why? Kasi nga, there are instances na baka magkaroon ng power outage, so we don't like our students to feel, no, na maging barrier yon para hindi sila maka-answer ng mga learning materials. Then another is the lesson design. Ano yung lesson design for hybrid learning? Is it the same that we did before? Okay, so here, instructors must evaluate the content of the curriculum to determine what is most essential for students to learn. Ito yung pinag-uusapan natin. Teachers are always confused with this, no? Kasi I understand that teachers are just following yung mga directives ng Department of Education, pero po kailangan rin po nating isipin. We need to personalize the learning for our students, no? We need to follow the competencies dun sa milk na ibinigay sa atin. We need to follow. Pero hindi naman ang Department of Education, hindi naman tayo pinipigilan na mag-innovate, no, on how can we offer activities or lessons to our students by combining all of those competencies or fused competencies. Okay? Remember, limited yung time ng mga estudyante natin. If we will offer the competency individually to our students or each competency to our students, hindi natin matatapos po yung budget of lesson na yan. Kaya I strongly suggest to our teachers na what are the most essential learning competencies, ano yung strategy na pwede natin gawin. Let us evaluate how can we merge, how can we fuse, no? Baka kasi yung lesson doon, it's just defining the terminologies doon. Then we can insert another competencies and give to our students. Then, many educational institutions have found that less is more. Tama, less is more. Ang ibig sabihin nun, by giving less activities or less competencies to our students, pero combine pala sila, no? Kaya nga tinawag na less is more. Let us say we have 5 competencies, pero we fuse it into one. So that is less is more. Then, when looking at one content needs to be delivered synchronously and how it needs to be delivered. Ito ang pinakamaganda sa lahat. Instructors can simplify by considering the enduring understanding. Ito na yon. Ito yung concept ng project-based learning. I also attended a webinar sponsored by Region 8 Department of Education, okay, in which this speaker is from Leyte Normal University. At natuwa ako doon, no? Kasi ako, I advocate project-based learning. At ang topic is about project-based learning. Ito yung enduring understanding of the students. Lessons with the end in mind. No? Ano ba yung, how can we design lessons designed with the end in mind? First, what do you want students to know at the end of the lesson? You think about that. Then, what will the final assessment be? Then, what will students need along the way? Kung isipin natin yan, then what will you cover in your lesson? What readings will you share? Okay? What activities, assignments will they complete? You think about this. Kumbaga, ito yung magiging guide questions natin in designing learning activities or lessons to our students. Design with the end in mind. Okay. In that case, nandito tayo sa lesson design, no? Hindi yung gumagamit lang tayo ng references, okay? The Department of Education provided modules to us, but we need to evaluate pa rin yung modules, no? I'm not saying there's something wrong with the modules, pero yung mga module kasi, pag in-offer mo yan sa students, siyempre ang kapal nun, no? Kapag ma-overwhelm siya, no? Pwede pa rin natin i-contextualize or i-simplify yung pag-offer sa estudyante ng mga module. Ako, the best thing that we do is, kumbaga, personalized learning sa mga estudyante namin. Sinimplify namin yung mga learning materials na ibinigay namin sa mga students namin. Why? Kasi there are 8 subjects in junior high school. Sabihin na lang natin na 1 subject sa morning, 1 subject sa afternoon. For God's sake, all subjects may activity, no? Kaya nga, ano yung naririnig natin sa mga estudyante ngayon? Puro ang hirap, no? Nakakapagod, no? Wala nang sabi nag-enjoy sila. Okay. Ang isang activity na nakita ko sa Palon National High School, yung English subject, no? Ang ganda ng delivery niya. Ano meron? Nagbigay ng lesson yung teacher and at the end of the lesson, 3 questions lang. Okay? In relation pa sa pandemic. Okay? Ang ganda. Kumbaga, ano yung ma-observe mo sa nangyayari sa atin ngayon? Express it, no? Through writing. Okay? 3 questions lang siya, pero na-solve na yung lesson sa English. Okay? So, sabi ko, wow, ang ganda ng diskarte ng ginawa ng teacher. 3 questions lang. Kumbaga, hindi nga na-feel ng estudyante na nagkaroon siya ng activity kasi the students will just answer a practical question, no? Hindi kailangan mag-research kasi kung ano yung na-experience niya, explain lang niya. While the English teacher will evaluate the answer, most likely the grammar. Okay? So, kailangan nating isipin, no? That is part of the lesson design, no? The end in mind, kumbaga na tinatawag. Then we have engagement and interactivity, no? Instructors must consider how to keep students engaged synchronously and asynchronously. And that is the importance of giving activities to students. Pero my dear teachers, no, pakiusap lang, yung mga activities na gagawin natin, let's make it engaging. Kasi I know na lahat tayo nagbibigay ng mga activities, pero we need to communicate to our students pa rin kung kamusta na sila, how they answer the activities, who helped them. No? Meron akong na-interview na estudyante, ang ate ang sumasagot. Sabi ko, kamusta naman ang mathematics? Okay. Ako po may anak akong grade 9 at saka grade 2. It so happened that my wife is also a teacher, an elementary teacher, kaya wala akong problema dun sa pagturo dun sa grade 2. Okay? Ang problema ko yung grade 9, lalo na yung mathematics. I need to review, no, yung mathematics. At first, syempre nakakalimutan kong teacher ako. Nagre-react din ako doon sa mga activities na ibinibigay ng mga teachers. But when I read the materials I mean provided by the teachers, na-amaze ako doon sa mathematics na activity na ginawa. Pag binasa mo page by page, talagang ma-answeran mo yung activity. Na-appreciate ko parang yung mathematics ginawang madali, no? Pero nag-isip pa rin ako kasi ako teacher, no? I am already a teacher. Most likely kapag binasa ko 'yon, medyo madadalian ako at makaka-follow ako ng instruction na gusto mangyari ng teacher para sa students. And yung estudyante, kapag finalo niya yung materials, syempre, that is mathematics, wala namang iilang tao lang naman ang nadadalian sa mathematics, no? Ah, pag nagtanong kayo, what is the difficult subject? Of course, sasabihin nila math, no? Pero hindi. One thing I like dun sa materials na ibinigay sa mga estudyante, pag binasa talaga with the guidance ng siguro nakakatandang kapatid or ng magulang, the activity in mathematics talaga ma-answeran. Ang reference na ginamit niya, yung module na binigay ng the Department of Education and then enhanced by the teachers before the school give it to the students. Yun nga lang, you need to review. You need to review talaga yung mga quadratic equation, kung paano mako-compute, you need to review. Hindi pwedeng mag-a-answer ka kaagad. Okay? So, ang ganda ng ginawa, may engagement and it's not interactive kasi modular siya. Pero if it is hybrid learning, kapag gumamit ka ng Microsoft Teams, you can insert a video. Siguro yung teacher pwedeng gumawa ng video, can be shared dun sa Microsoft Teams at makikita kung paano nagko-compute yung teacher and not just the hard copy material. If it is a hard copy material, most likely there are students na makaka-feel ng medyo mahirap siya. But if it is a video, a tutorial video on how to compute quadratic equations, then definitely pwedeng i-replay, no? Pwedeng i-replay ng estudyante yung video at may intindihan ng mas mabuti. So, it can be done synchronously or asynchronously. Then, educators need to present their course bi-modally. Anong ibig sabihin ng bi-modally? Ibig sabihin, gagamit pa rin ng different modality. No? Dalawang modality pwede. Kaya nga siya. Then, for students who are physically or on campus as well as students who are attending remotely. No? Ang ganda, no? So, I know while listening to this speaking engagement of mine, nagkakaroon kayo ng idea on how hybrid learning model can be done effectively in your situation, in your area. And then, we can have we can break students into small groups to solve problems. Ito mga strategy na to, kung paano natin gagawing engaging and interactive, then discuss concepts or debate topics. Okay? Kasi may isang teacher na nag-react, paano daw magkakaroon ng groupings and naka-modular distance modality nga. Okay. Siyempre, we will not limit dun sa modular distance learning mode. No? We can supplement. We can have online, okay? Then we can have, if possible, face-to-face. No? In later division, there are elementary teachers who are doing it, okay, in selective barangays. Then nakikita ko, they already shared it to their Facebook group. Nakita ko talaga may distancing, physical distancing with the grade 1, I guess, pupils, and then teacher teaching the pupils most probably dun sa reading, no? Kasi mahirap kasi yun yung pinaka-target ng bata makabasa dito sa kinder or sa grade 1. So, yun. That's very engaging. Then, provide students with hands-on activities that allow them to practice or visualize concepts. Then, give students time to process and practice concepts individually. Medyo iisipin natin mahirap, okay? Kasi baka kapag nagkaroon ng face-to-face, local transmission, pwedeng mangyari. So, we can do it online, okay? Whatever technology that you use, but of course, with the use of Microsoft 365, mas magiging effective yung gagawin nating hybrid learning. Then, ito na, assessment and feedback. Okay, in our assessment, we do formative assessment. We also do summative assessment. Natapos na yung first month of the first quarter. Okay? And ano ba, nagkaroon na ba tayo ng assessment? Paano natin ginawa? In Palau National High School, pinag-uusapan namin kung paano magkakaroon ng assessment sa mga students. I am a group head of the senior high school in Accountancy, Business, and Management. Part of our learning materials that we gave to our students, meron na dong assessment na gagawin. If we will look at on how we will grade the students, di ba? Meron tayong written work, may performance tayo, and then may assessment, okay? For written work, ang ginagawa namin yung mga ordinary activities, no? Yung parang pwede silang tumingin dun sa answer key, di ba? We provided answer key. Ang sabi pa nga ng ibang parents dyan, kung bakit tayo nagbigay ng answer key. So, titignan na lang daw kuno ng mga bata. That is not the concept of giving answer keys to our students, no? Siyempre, most likely mag-cheat, pero again, we will go back dun sa values. What kind of values are we giving to our students kapag yung mga parents pinabayaan na silipin ng mga bata yung answer key, okay? So, titingnan lang nila kung tama sila, okay? Most likely, pwede yan sa written work. Kumbaga, mastery pa lang siya. Then, for performance tasks, nagbigay kami ng a different activity. Performance tasks that students will perform and not just answering multiple choices or identifying some terms, no? And then, for formative assessment, we have another performance activity similar dun sa performance stats niya for mastery. Okay. But for the use of Microsoft 365 Suite, they can complete practice problems in OneNote, no? They can complete a poll, no? A practice quiz or entrance or exit ticket in forms, okay? Then pwede rin mag-summarize ang understanding through a video lesson or live lesson in OneNote, okay? Flipgrid, no? Are you using that? Then complete a graphic organizer using the whiteboard app or application, or answer questions related to a concept in Microsoft Word. Okay? So, ito yung mga pwedeng gamitin for hybrid learning, for assessment and feedback if it is formative assessment. While for summative assessment, pwedeng demonstrations, okay? Of course, yung portfolio, hindi tayo nawawala doon. Okay? Kaya nga, meron na tayong schedule ng portfolio for our region. Okay? Sa December yon, parang nabasa ko na yung memorandum na yon. Then problem-based task. Yung demonstration, that is a good summative assessment, especially dun sa mga subjects like MAPE, like mathematics, like science, no? Kasi sila yung mga nagbibigay ng mga activities sa mga students na kailangan i-perform. Okay? Halimbawa, kung sa MAPE, dance, no? I-video lang nung bata yung lesson as a sort of demonstration. Okay? Kung if it is an experiment, they can also do that. Okay? For mathematics, pwedeng magko-compute yung bata while explaining. So, meron siyang video. Then, yung portfolio naman na tinatawag natin, it's not just a portfolio na ginagawa natin for at the end of the quarter. Parang showcasing how the students acquire the grades, no, with different outputs. Etong portfolio na to, ito naman yung mga outputs rin ng mga students, no, which can be done digitally. So, using OneNote or using any of the Microsoft 365 suite. Then problem-based tasks. I am suggesting all the teachers to read more on assessment and feedback of the hybrid learning of Microsoft 365 or Microsoft, lalo na dun sa summative assessment. Then, let's talk about synchronous and asynchronous learning. Actually, baka sabihin nyo medyo late na siya, no? Kasi we are already in the 5th week of the school year 2020 and 2021. But there are still some teachers na hindi masyado nakakaintindi ng concept ng synchronous and asynchronous learning. Okay, let's talk about it. When we say synchronous learning, ito yung when teachers and students are engaged in learning at the same time in the same virtual learning environment. What we are doing right now, we are having the synchronous learning. Kung ako nagpapa-activity at ginagawa nyo ngayon, ito yung tinatawag natin synchronous learning. Kumbaga, kapag nagtawag ako ng participant at pina-explain ko sa kanya yung concept ng 5 elements of hybrid learning at kapag sinagot niya at the same time in this virtual learning environment, then synchronous yun. Pero, syempre, ang always problem natin sa synchronous learning yung internet connectivity. Not only sa high school pati din sa sa mga universities and colleges kasi they are using online learning mode. Okay. Meron ako mga kilalang estudyante na college niya, ang ginagawa ng teacher na lang para maging okay yung synchronous learning, combination of the two, synchronous and asynchronous. Okay? So, synchronous for giving instructions. No? Nagbibigay ng instructions lahat. Halimbawa, every Monday, synchronous modality muna or synchronous strategy. Lahat ibibigay instruction. Then, question for clarity ng instruction. Then, pag Tuesday to Thursday, ano na siya? Asynchronous na. Anytime, anywhere, students can answer the module or the activities given by the teachers. Then by Friday, submission na or most likely assessment. Okay? So that is asynchronous learning. Then, when we say asynchronous learning, ito naman yung learning is when students complete work related to their course on their own schedule because students and teachers do not meet on a daily basis. Okay? Pero sa asynchronous, ito yung usapan naman. Okay, ano yung pwede nating maging agreement for asynchronous learning? Kasi tayong mga teachers, meron rin tayong buhay rin tayo, no? We have our own lives pa rin. Kumbaga, pumapasok tayo ng 8 to 5, that's our official time, okay? That's why we suggested to our students that if they will study their module, meron ring schedule that they need to follow. Halimbawa, mathematics is every Monday morning. Okay? So si teachers, all teachers na mathematics in our school, naka-ready sila for some inquiries of students for mathematics. Okay? Pagdating ng afternoon is another subject, let us say Filipino. Then Filipino teachers are now ready to respond with all inquiries of the students with regard to the subject Filipino. Pero after that time or beyond that time, syempre yung teacher may ibang work na. That's why nagkaroon din kami ng orientation to our students, no? Ang orientation namin ang ganda. Meron kaming hard copy inserted to their module. Meron dong orientation, kumbaga babasahin ng mga estudyante at saka magulang if they can access to connected devices. Pero doon naman sa mga estudyante nakakonect doon sa online orientation na ginawa, doon in-explain namin na option na ng teacher kung sila po ay mag-response doon sa mga inquiries ng mga students kapag gabi. May mga estudyante kasi parang alanganing oras ng gabi, biglang magme-message sa mga teachers. Pagkatapos may mga comment na si teacher hindi nag-reply. No? Siyempre, kahit tayo gumagawa, kahit nasa modular distance learning modality tayo and we are following the homeschooling, meron rin tayong binigay na weekly home learning plan. No? Which is may schedule pa rin sa mga estudyante kung kailan at anong oras dapat nilang sagutan yung mga ganon. And then, we also provided vacant time sa mga estudyante. Wala na siyang recess kasi nandun naman sila sa bahay eh. Kumbaga, while answering the activity, pwede na silang kumain. Pero mayroong lunch break, no? May lunch break din. And then, may free time na let us say 4 to 5. Yung 4 to 5 na yan, then pwede silang mag-relax. Kasi alam nyo, ibang-iba talaga, no? Kung may mga kapatid kayo, may mga anak kayo na nag-homeschooling, you can also feel, no? The pressure nung mga anak na hindi nakaka-answer ng mabuti kasi they need to ask yung mga kapatid or yung magulang, yung mga magulang busy din, yung mga kapatid busy rin. So, even if you give them 2 hours or 3 hours to answer the learning materials, ibang-iba pa rin talaga yung face-to-face or yung regular classroom setting natin dati. So, sana mag-feel din ng mga teachers na yung mga estudyante nahihirapan talaga, no? So, just like what I said, uh, let us make them feel that we are connected to them. 'Di ba? Nabanggit ko yan doon sa isa sa mga element ng hybrid learning. So, whether or regardless of the learning modality na ginagamit natin, we need to communicate with our students, either asynchronous or synchronous learning siya. So, that is only an introduction to hybrid learning. We will learn more of the hybrid learning with the use of different Microsoft 365 tools from today up to the last day of this setting up hybrid learning classrooms na webinar na to. Again, I am Hernani Fernandez and thank you. Yes, I'm done, Sir Maki. Damo nga salamat sa lahat ng teachers. And of course, I know there are principals also who listen to the discussion kanina. So I hope that we will implement yung ating hybrid learning model.
Yeah. There you go. So we're good. Okay, so at this point, we will be to questions regarding our topic, which was Dr. Erdani Fernandez. Please raise a hand by clicking the raise hand icon, and we will acknowledge you, then we'll give you the chance to speak. So we are waiting for questions from our participants. Sir Nani, okay ba?
Yes, I'm still here, Sir Maki.
Okay. So we're waiting for questions in our chat box. Okay, wait, let's check. Sir Louis Mangabon. Sir Louis Mangabon, turn on your video as well, Sir Louis. Sige. Somebody raise Louis. Okay. Sir Louis, are you in? Hindi na pwedeng type.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Ah,
Good morning.
good morning, sir. Question, sir.
Yes,
Is
Sir
it
Louis.
possible, sir, that we can create, that we can give a Microsoft account to our specific students that
Microsoft.
specific students? Yes, sir. So that we can uh, tell them to download Microsoft Teams and then uh, we can utilize the Microsoft Teams, sir.
Hello, sir. Pwede yung pakiulit, sir, yung question, Sir Louis. Is it possible for us to...
For us to give Microsoft account to our students.
Okay. Yes. Actually, that is the plan of the Department of Education with Microsoft to give Microsoft accounts not only for teachers, no. Are you using your Microsoft account, Sir Louis?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oo. So, yun nga, kumbaga, nandiyan pa rin naman tayo sa stage na ano na implementation of this Microsoft Teams, no? Microsoft account to teachers, but I believe that later part siguro we can the Department of Education can also offer Microsoft account to students. And I believe Sir Jim Albert Lagado, our regional IT officer, can also answer that question.
Yes, Sir Jim, go ahead.
Hello, this is Jonas Salam. Uh, Let me add na lang po, Sir Louis. With regards to the Microsoft accounts of the students, uh, they have started already sending the accounts to your school accounts, which will be discussed po later with Sir Maki.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Mm. In the next sessions, it will be discussed on how can you verify if you have already received your student accounts, because the central office have already started rolling out the student accounts.
So yun, Sir Louie, no? Napakaganda talaga na students will not just use the, kumbaga, yung mga ordinary account na free email, but Microsoft account mismo using Microsoft Teams, just like us teachers.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Sir Jonas, any other questions from our participants?
Okay na, sir. Let me see on the chat box. So far, wala na po sa chat box. Some learner accounts are already available according to sir. Yes po.
Okay. So we'll be moving on with our next presenter.
Okay, Sir Maki, for a while, can I have an advertisement?
Yes, go ahead, Sir
Okay,
Nani.
I am inviting all teachers, especially the principals who are here, and teachers and educators to be part of the Microsoft Philippines 25 years anniversary this November 10. Okay, I hope that the
Yes.
organizer will share the link, no, to register online and have an online experience, no, virtual experience with the celebration of Microsoft Philippines for 25 years anniversary. So
Yes, Sir Nani,
uh,
we will.
join us on November 10. Thank you, Sir Maki.
Yes. That would be a great day for everyone on November 10, the 25th year anniversary of Microsoft. There we go. So do you have any other, Nani?
Yun lang, sir. Salamat. Damong nga salamat, my dear teachers and educators in the Eastern Visayas region. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
Virtual applause for our first resource speaker on Dr. Hernandez Jr., a Microsoft Education Ambassador from Palo National High School. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next resource speaker, all the way out from Julita National High School. Friends, a Microsoft Education Ambassador. Let's give it up for Faros Forton on PowerPoint 365 and Recorder. Friends, Faros Forton on PowerPoint 365 and Recorder. Take it away, ma'am.
Sir Maki, am I here
Yes.
clearly? Okay,
Good
thank
morning, Ma'am
you.
Faros. Yes.
Good
Wow. I
morning,
hope you're doing
everyone.
great,
Wow,
Ma'am
buhay na
Faros.
buhay.
Yes, of course.
Okay, yes I am.
Yeah, stay safe,
Yes I am.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, shall I start, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Once again, friends, a round of applause
Okay.
for Faros for two.
Okay. Uh, okay. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Ulitin ko po kasi hindi ko po siya na-share yung... Teka lang. Hindi ko po na-share yung audio muna. Teka lang po. Ah. Okay. Good morning. Again, I am Faros Fortune, teacher 2 from Julita National High School, and I am also an ICT coordinator, where this is one of the stepping stone kung bakit dun ko po nagkaroon ako ng pagkakataon na maging isang part ng team nila, Sir Jonas at saka sila, Sir Nani. Okay, to start with my presentation, okay, ano nga ba ang PowerPoint? So, si PowerPoint is a computer software created by Microsoft, which allow the users to create the slides with recordings, narration, translation, and other feature in order to present up information. So, sa ngayon, ito po yung pinaka-famous na ginagamit nating platform in presentation of something. So, hindi lang po yung teachers as well as in the business industry, together with our students, kalimitan, ito na po yung ginagamit natin. Okay. Okay, before we further discuss, let us try to compare on the difference between the Microsoft PowerPoint 2016 and then the PowerPoint 2019. As you can see on my screen is the Microsoft 2016 interface. So meron pa rin po siyang file menu, yung sa quick access toolbar, the ribbon, nandyan yung slide pane, ito po, yung area. slide area, task pane, status bar. So ito pa rin, ito yung dati na ginagamit natin sa PowerPoint. And then, if we are going to differentiate that, or kung titingnan natin yung PowerPoint 2019, pare-parehas pa din po yung interface natin. However, if you are using the Office 365 already, pwede mo siyang ma-convert yung background mo into different colors, including din sa themes na pwede mo lang magawa doon sa Microsoft or sa Office 365 na account. Kasi meron din pong nakalagay doon pangalan sa taas, ibig sabihin, naka-Office 365 na po siya. And then you can change the screen nyo into black screen. Pero, okay, so pare-pareho pa din po yung interface niya. However, magkakaiba-iba din lang po sila ng mga, let us say, yung nasa ribbon sa different tabs na available doon sa PowerPoint 365. Doon po merong bagong idinagdag si PowerPoint 365. Okay, let us discuss that one by one. Okay, una po, before po, meron po siyang home. Sa home lang po natin makikita yung text highlight color. So wala pa po siya before sa 2016 or the lower version of a PowerPoint, wala po siyang highlighter kumbaga. So sa bago nating Office 365, including po sa start po siya sa 2019, meron na siyang highlight or text highlight color. So yung gagawin lang po, i-click si home, and then click po ito siyang icon na parang may pen, then highlight po yung word, and then automatically na-highlight na po siya. Sunod, ano pa po? And then meron po tayo sa home, another po ribbon din po siya, matatagpuan din po siya sa home, yung tinatawag na dictate. Again ulitin ko po, available lang po ito sa mga naka-Office 365 na PowerPoint. So, meron po tayong dictate. So, paano ba gawin si dictate? Ito po. Okay.
Hello, this is RA Solutions. By RA Solutions. And you click off the dictate function, it will disable the dictate function. Now you can see exactly what's happened. I've dictated to Microsoft PowerPoint what I want to go into Microsoft PowerPoint. So that was very quick. Now we'll go into the second slide. So here, if I click on there, click on the one more time. Let me just show you again. Click on the dictate button there. That's enabled. This is bullet point 1. Full stop. Bullet point 2. Full stop. Hello, this is RA Solutions. This is a tutorial based on how to use the dictate function in Microsoft PowerPoint.
Okay. Okay. So yung dictate, i-click mo lang siya si dictate, and then yung English, since United States po, and then doon po yun mag-start yung pag-dictate niya. O bakit po hindi po ako nakagawa ng dictate? Kasi yung personalized po na dictate, kailangan po siya ng internet na medyo malakas-lakas. So kagabi ko pa lang siya dapat magre-record, since sa school lang po yung may malakas na connection, hindi ko po siya nagawa. So yung ginawa ko, nag-input na lang muna ako, but definitely kung malakas-lakas po yung dictate o yung internet connection, you can successfully input a dictate. Yung para bang for example po, yung mga meron tayong pagkakataon na let us say yung spelling din hindi natin kayang pwede naman yun basta it would be easy for us to yung parang nagsasalita ka na lang, and then at the same time meron na siyang available na text na lumalabas. Okay, so for my next slide. Okay, so another, let's go on to the, tapos na po tayo sa home, punta naman po tayo sa insert na tab. So sa insert tab, meron po tayong available na 3D model. So wala po itong, again ha, sa 2016 na PowerPoint, hindi po siya available kasi nga available lang po siya sa PowerPoint 365. Ano nga ba yung 3D models? O, ito po siya. Okay, if you're going to click on the 3D models na icon, ito yung magagamit na 3D na models na naandun. But you can also select or type on the different, depende yun sa pangailangan mo or kinakailangan. So, pwede mo siyang i-type doon sa taas and then select ka lang. Meron siyang available na animated na animals, mga anatomy. Available po siya sa different subjects na pwede nating paggamitan sa math, sa science, o meron po siyang available doon na pagpipilian. Okay, so next, we also have, nasa insert po din na tab, ito po din yung chart. Si chart naman po, marami pong chart na available, pero dinagdag po yung funnel chart. So ganito po yung tsura ng funnel chart. Available din po siya again sa PowerPoint 365. Ito po yung interface. So kung gagawa tayo ng mga models sa different, yung mga explanation sa mga bata, like for example na meron mga charts na kailangan, pwede mong gamitin yung funnel, depende po sa explanation na gagamitan mo. And then, we also have forms. Okay. Available din po siya sa insert tab. Okay. Yung ribbon na forms, paano po siya gamitin? Okay. Ito. When you're going to click on the forms na ribbon, lalabas doon yung my forms. So, pwede meron ka ng create doon sa Microsoft Forms, meaning to say, online siya na quiz, or pwede din new quiz. So, pwede kang gumawa ng bago, or pwede din, meron ka ng available. All you have to do is to attach it on the slide. Okay. So, yun. Kasama po siya sa bago na PowerPoint 365. Okay. Meron din sa insert, new tab po, sa tab din, meron din tayong Zoom. So, si Zoom naman, ito yung gamit ng Zoom. Okay. So, when you are going to click on the Zoom, lahat po ng available na slides na gagamitin doon sa presentation ay magiging available po siya. So, you are going to click a slide, you want to insert when you are presenting. So, select it to Zoom to, meaning to say, so kung magpre-present ka, automatically, the slide na sinelect mo as to Zoom, siya lang yung mag-zoom. Yun yung gamit ng Zoom. Okay. So, another, screen recording. Ito si screen recording na ginagamit na pwede talagang gamitin ng mga teacher at this time of pandemic. Kasi nga, since wala naman tayong face-to-face na interaction between sa mga bata, nahihirapan tayong how we are going to give the discussion na parang feeling natin, nasa harap lang natin yung mga bata. So, you can do the screen recording. So, paano siya gawin? Eto. So, insert ka, dun sa insert tab, i-click mo si screen recording. Yung pinakadulo ng ribbon ng tab na insert. Afterwards, okay, dapat muna, first thing to do is meron ka ng available na create na PowerPoint presentation. Kasi dapat madali lang siyang pag yung gagawin mo na lang is to record your screen. So, dapat create ka muna ng presentation dun sa topic mo mismo. And then, saka ka na gumawa ng recording. So, afterwards, okay, so na-open mo na yung lesson mo, a certain topic. And then, mag-open ka again ng isang PowerPoint, mag-open ka ng file, and then lagyan mo lang siya ng 3 slide. And then, click on the screen recording. So, ito po yung lalabas. So, afterwards, kaklik mo po ng screen recording, meron po diyang lalabas sa taas. So, all you have to do is to select the area. So, pag na-select mo yung area, meaning to say, hahanapin mo doon sa nasa desktop mo kung anong ano ang dapat mong screen record. So let us say, ito yung topic ko na pinili kanina. 'Di ba sabi ko kasi is kailangan mo lang na meron ng available na presentation. So since ito naman po yung i-record ko, I'm going to select the area and then para mo lang siyang nag-snipping tool na hihilain mo siya up to what area you are going to record. Let us say kung yung sa gitna lang, isi-select mo lang yung sa gitna. If you wanted to record the whole of the desktop, then you can move your cursor up to the last end. Okay. Sunod. Ito po. And then, afterwards, balik muna tayo ha. So, kunyari, na-select na and then you click on the record to record your screen. After that, kung tapos ka sa tiningin mo, tapos ka na, then i-click mo yung record pointer and then i-paste mo siya doon sa another PowerPoint na inopen mo. So ito yung magiging itsura niya. Again, nasa ano pa din siya, insert na tab, dito tayo na kasi naglagay. So after that, ito na po yung itsura ng nilagay natin na presentation. Okay, ito po yung na-record ko. Computer hardware and peripheral devices. Okay. Okay. So, yun po yung ginawa ko. So, meaning to say, let us say kung kunyari nag-present ka na meron kang ginawang slide and then suddenly, you wanted to go it online. So, paano mo siya i-present online? You're presenting another or attaching from online or you want to present something na doon siya online. So all you have to do is click on the minimize, yung mga lahat ng merong minimize sa PowerPoint, and then locate again doon sa may recording. And then record again, then you're going to stop kung tapos na, then click on the record pointer na pwede mo din siyang i-attach doon sa next slide. Okay, so next. So, aside from that, although meron po nitong available doon sa PowerPoint 2016, I just like to, kasi hindi po ito kalimitang ginagamit. Kalimitan po sa mga teachers, when they are going to trim video, maghahanap sila mga trimming applications na hindi naman nila gamay. So, in the end, kasi nagkakaroon tayo ng hindi magandang trim video. Pero, kung tutuusin naman, available po ang trim video doon sa mga PowerPoint presentation. Like for this one, itrinim ko kasi meron siyang doon. Dapat kasi yung na-record ko na screen, dapat yung lesson lang yung nakalagay. Kaya lang, lumagpas siya doon sa next na screen ko or na screen record. So yung gagawin natin, itritrim natin siya para yung kailangan lang natin na presentation will be the one to be recorded. Yun lang yun. And then, eto na. So, since ikakat ko siya, eto siya. So, eto, yun. Na-record ko siya, then kinat ko yung ito. Kasi hindi naman siya dapat kasali doon sa presentation ko. Okay. So, meron again ha, sa insert na tab, meron tayong doon Zoom, meron tayong, we call that one as 3D models, meron din tayong tinatawag na trimming sa video or sa pag-record ng screen. Okay. Another important doon sa tab ng Office 365, PowerPoint 365 is for the design. So sa design kasi before, yung mga lower version ng PowerPoint, available lang po yung nasa taas ng mga design differently with variants of colors. So ngayon, if you are using the PowerPoint 365 already, you are going to have the design ideas. Ano nga ba ang design ideas? Okay, eto siya. Okay, so nag-input lang po ako ng dalawang pictures here. So, nilagay ko lang yung dalawang picture. So, kalagay ko, merong suggested design ideas na pwede mong pagpilian. Pero, dapat magagamit mo lang siya if you are online. Okay. Again, uulitin ko ha. Yung design idea is available lang po siya. Kasi baka sabihin, wala naman yun. Kasi if you are not connected into the internet, talagang hindi mo siya mahahanap. So, kailangan mo siyang, kailangan you are going to be connected or you should be connected into an internet para madali mo siyang o magkaroon ka ng different ideas in design. Okay, so ganito siya. Then, eto din po. Meron din tayong tinatawag, bago din po siya, ito po yung transition morph. Si transition morph naman is kasama din dun sa tab na transition at nasa ribbons po siya ng morph. Okay. Ano nga ba siya? Okay. Si morph po, ito. Ganito po siya gawin. Okay. Using again 3 slides. Okay. Create tayo. Paano ba siya? Paano natin siya mamamaneuver? Okay. Gumawa muna tayo. Open ulit tayo ng PowerPoint. And then, doon sa PowerPoint na may 3 slides, mag-insert po tayo ng shape. Okay. Halimbawa, meron na akong nakalagay na shape. Ito siya. Nilagay ko red na lang na shape. Okay. And then, sa second slide, copy mo lang siya, Control-C, and then Control-B para sa paste. So, nilagay ko lang siya sa baba. So, from the top, side top, and then lower na naman, nilagay ko siya sa side. And then, on the third slide, ito. So, nilagyan ko lang siya ng pahaba naman para maiba. Okay, when we're going, then, afterwards, i-click po per slide ng morph. Lahat ng slide na naandyan, i-click mo siya ng morph, and then ito po yung transition na mangyayari. Ay, teka ha. Ito po yung transition na, kasi nirecord ko din siya gamit yung screen recording. Ayan. So, ganun po. Ulitin ko po. Okay. So, gamit yung morph, screen record ko din siya, galing doon. Okay. So, yun yung po yung morph na paano siya magamit. And then, so after that, ito po yung pinakamagagamit nating teacher. Although lahat po ng nasa PowerPoint talagang magagamit natin as teacher, especially in this time of pandemic wherein limited lang po yung hindi nga natin mapuntahan minsan yung mga bata kasi natatakot tayo na baka kung hindi man tayong mahawaan, it's either tayo o yung bata mismo. So ito po, this is an aid for the teachers na maging supplemental din of instruction. Ginagawa po namin po ito sa school as one of the ICT coordinator of the school. I present this one to all the teachers, especially sa mathematics, kasi ang hirap magturo ng mathematics. Kasi kung yung mga bata nga, pag nasa bahay, kalimitan, marami akong anak. So, pag magturo ako ng mathematics, sasabihin lang minsan ng bata, mas maigi pa si ma'am. So, paano yung mas kailangan natin yung nasa presensya natin, yung feel ng bata na andun tayo sa kanila, and then we are guiding them. With the use of video and audio recordings, we can do that one. Pero let me reiterate na yung audio is only available doon sa PowerPoint 2016. And then, yung video is available lang po siya sa PowerPoint 365. Kaya po magkaroon ng diferensya. Okay. So, for audio narration, so kailangan po natin, magkaroon muna tayo ng isang PowerPoint presentation regarding sa topic na ating gagawin. So, i-prepare po muna natin and then saka na po tayo gumawa ng narration. Kung narration po ang ating gusto. Okay. So, madami po kasing different platforms na pwede tayong mag-edit. Pero, yung PowerPoint pala, yun yung pinakagamay ng lahat. For those na mga teachers na hindi gaanong techy sa let us say, yung magti-trim, yung mag-edit ng video. So, sa mga hindi techy or hindi gaanong ka-techy sa computer, allow them to introduce to PowerPoint 365. And I know they will love this one kasi para lang siyang nagsi-cellphone, kumbaga. Okay, let me proceed. Okay, for audio narration, i-click mo si slide na tab. Meron tayong tab sa taas. So, i-click mo si slide show and then go on to the record slide. So, pagka-click mo doon, ito po yung lalabas. So, if you want to turn on your microphone, meron po tayong ditong microphone. So, ilagay mo lang dyan yung microphone. I-click mo siya para ma-open. And then, you start your narration by clicking the record. At kung tapos na po, then click the stop. And then, you can click the replay. Kung meron, let us say you wanted to play back yung ano na record mo. And then, pwede mo pa siyang ulitin. Kahit maraming beses mo siyang pabalik-balik na ulitin. Okay. So, you can perfectly record the right material you wanted. Okay. And then, eto na siya. Paano? You have successfully recorded yung narration mo kung meron na siya sa baba ng parang audio. So, meaning to say, you have successfully done the recording. So, kada slide, kung saan meron recordings, meron po siyang ganito na sign na parang tunnel or basta meron siyang sign na meron na siyang audio. Okay. Next, ito po yung sample.
A wonderful day. Today's lesson is all about computer hardware and peripheral devices. Are you excited to learn? Great! Let's learn together. At the end of the lesson, we are expected to explain clearly what computer hardware is, recognize the different computer hardware and peripheral devices and categorize them as either input or output device, and select an appropriate peripheral devices according to task assigned and required outcome.
Okay, so ganun po, dalawa po kasi capstone po namin submitted kay Sir Jonas, so wala na rin po akong time mag-record. So, yun na lang po yung ginamit ko. So, yun yung recordings. Ginamit po namin dyan is PowerPoint mismo. Sa PowerPoint po kami nag-record ng audio. Although, merong, basta sa PowerPoint po siya namin ginawa. And then, i-attach na lang po namin siya dyan. And then, another. Aside from that, pwede din tayong makapag-input ng video. Di ba, Kasi sabi ko kanina, di ba may music? Yung music, pwede din tayong makag-input ng video at saka audio doon mismo sa slide para naman meron tayong background while we are discussing our topic. So, babalik ka lang sa insert tab and go on with the screen or audio para ma-insert mo si audio. Then, hanap ka na lang doon sa computer or pwede din mo siyang gawin doon mismo sa online. Para makahanap ka ng available na music. Okay. Let's go on. So again, kanina yung ginawa po natin is gumawa tayo ng recordings based on narration lang. So this time, we're going to have a video at the same time narration. So naandun yung may video na siya. So marami pong video editor na pwedeng gamitin. However, again, ulitin ko, ito po yung para sa mga hindi gaanong techie and yet they wanted to record themselves to have a discussion clearly for their students. Kasi nga, pwede siyang gawin, let us say sa mathematics, you're going to explain something, magagawa po natin yun by recording. So, hindi na po natin kailangan ng mga maraming gadgets. Ang importante lang, pwede nating meron tayong microphone para sa audio. Pwede nating magamit ang ating cellphone para naman maganda-ganda yung aura natin sa ating presentation. At the same time, laptop na rin para doon tayo mag-record. Okay. And then, okay, eto po. For video narration, balik po ulit tayo. I-click mo lang again si slideshow. Si slideshow na tab, and then go on with the record a slideshow. Kung saan mo gusto siyang i-record, let us say, etong introduction ko, pwede kang maglagay doon na sa current na slide. Okay, click mo lang si current slide, then automatically, ayun na siya, naka-record na, gagawin mo na, maglalabas na yung screen na ganito. Afterwards, so since kailangan natin ng video at saka narration, i-on na natin yung camera para makita na tayo ng mga bata. Kung nyari, nagtuturo tayo, magsusolve tayo ng dito sa screen, pwede natin yun magariwa. At the same time, naandyan lang tayo sa tabi. Na feeling ng mga bata, kasama natin sila while they are having our lesson in mathematics or any, let us say, kahit ano namang lesson, pwede sasabayan natin yung mga bata. Okay, so i-on mo yung camera. This is a sign for the turn on and turn off of the camera. So and then, eto po, meron po tayong technique. Kasi yung mga laptops po natin is ito po yung, if we're going to, let us say, video record using our laptop cameras, ang hirap po kasi para tayong hindi gaanong nakikita ng mga bata kasi iilan lang po yung megapixels na available sa atin laptop. So ito po siya ha. Using a camera from my laptop, ito po yung hitsura. Okay. And then yung ginawa ko, and then, eto na po yung pagkakaiba, using from my cellphone. So, yung cellphone ko po, yun po yung ginawa ko na siyang camera. So, yung ginawa ko, nag-download po ako ng DroidCam application doon po sa laptop. Available po siya for free. Download nyo lang po sa laptop. And then, sa cellphone naman, punta po kayo sa Play Store and then, download nyo din si DroidCam. And then, pwede mo siyang i-on na if you're going to use that one kahit anong platform na pwede mong gamitin during meetings and then recordings, pwede mo siyang magamit with the use of your cellphone. O meron ka ng ring light o medyo kasi nga mas mataas yung megapixels ng mga cellphone natin kahit mura lang kumpara sa mga laptops na camera. So yun yung gagawin nyo lang, i-on your when you're going to use that one, i-on yung application DroidCam sa cellphone mo at the same time doon sa laptop. So, kailangan lang magkaparehas yung IP address niya. You can use that one through Bluetooth or kung pwede din sa internet, kung connected kayo, pwede yung gamitin through internet connection para pagsabayin mo sila. And then you can use Bluetooth. So, kung wala naman, let us say wala tayong Bluetooth, wala tayong available internet, use a cord po, yung cord po natin para sa laptop. And then pwede yung cord para yung charger natin. Tanggalin nyo muna. Pwede din yung from laptop to your cellphone. And then you can use that one as para dun sa camera natin with the use of the cellphone. Okay. So eto na. For audio narration, so click on the button turn camera to preview. So para umappear po yung mukha natin doon sa side ng ating slide. So lahat po yan dapat naka-open, yung microphone, yung camera natin at saka yung preview para na andon yung mukha natin sa ikaw din, pwede mong madrag kahit saan yung mukha mo. It's either lagay mo siya sa taas, ilagay mo siya sa gitna, ilagay saan mang sides or saan sulok man ng slides, pwede mong hilahin kahit saan. Hatakan mo siya kahit saan mo gusto. It depends sa diskarte ng teacher. Basta ang importante is makikita tayo ng mga bata that we are with them in this learning. Kasi nga we are there, kumbaga tayo yung gabay nila para matuto for the individual learning at home. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, so kasama na din doon kasi meron po si PowerPoint 365 na wala pong sa mga lower version ng PowerPoint. Available po din yung pen. Highlight po, important po. Ito yung gamit niya is pang-highlight. Let us say you are recording already. While recording, pwede nyo gamitin yung mga lapis dito to highlight kung saan or ano nang pwede mong pinaka-importanting dapat matutunan ng mga bata. Although lahat yon ay pinaka-importante, meron pa din kailangan mong i-highlight, di ba? Kasi you wanted to point out something na mahalaga talaga ang bagay na to. So, pwede mo, and you can use different colors depende dun sa iyong pangangailangan. And then, aside from that, using again sa pen, pwede kang ito yung sinasabi ko kasi yung mga teachers namin sa mathematics, I encourage all our teachers sa Hulita to have video recording, especially sa teachers. Nung una kasi nahihiya sila kasi sasabihin na, oy, si ma'am nagsushooting. Yung kami-kami lang, sabi ko sa kanila, para hindi kayo mahiya and then you wanted to do it by your own, gumamit na lang kayo ng PowerPoint. And then doon kayo sa kwarto, kasi nahihiya daw silang mag-shooting kasi yun naman yung trend natin ngayon. So, with the use of your PowerPoint, sila na mismo yung gumagawa ng kanilang video instruction by themselves. Kasi kung gagawa tayo ng video with the use of PowerPoint, hindi na tayo kailangan ng mga assistant, basta tayo na yung gumawa ng script, tayo pa yung hindi na kailangan ng maraming editing, o hindi mo na kahit wala kang editing skills, kasi nasa iyo na alam ng teacher on how to teach their students. So alam mo rin yung anggulo, alam mo rin kung saan pwede mo siyang madala sa iyong lesson. So meron kang mga technique doon. So minsan kasi nahihiya, especially those teachers na hindi naman sila gaanong techie, and then magaling silang teacher. Doon sila nahihirapan because of the so many applications na available na hindi nila gamay o alam gamitin. So allow them to introduce to PowerPoint na alam ko they will love them. Ito as a supplemental aid sa mga batang hindi kayang turuan ng kanilang mga magulang. So next. So, ayun meron na tayong erase. Pwede mo din siyang erase. Let us say, meron ka nang naka-highlight o sinulat dyan na kung ano-ano. You can erase that one by clicking on the eraser button. So, pwede mo siyang ma-erase. Okay. So, depende din yung kung ano. Pwede din po kung, let us say, you wanted mathematics lang, lagyan o blank mo lang siya, magre-record ka ng blank. White screen lang siya, and then pwede ka nang magsulat dyan ng kung ano-ano or formula or equation that you wanted your student to solve, and then you're going to discuss that one. Pwede gamitin mo si pen or the highlighter, and then pwede mo ding i-erase. Depende na yun sa gusto ng teacher. And then if you wanted to start the recording, ganun pa rin, press the record. Okay, you can start your recordings and then press the stop if you want to end that one, and then press replay if you wanted to replay what has been recorded so that it could be edited or pabalik-balik mo siyang gamitin or until such time na magkaroon ka na ng pagkakataon na feeling mo perfectly done na yung recordings mo. Sunod. Afterwards, paano po natin siya masisave? There are two ways to save your presentation or your recordings. The first one is click Save As. So, Save As mo siya. I-click mo si Save As. Lalabas doon kung saan mo siya isi-save. Is it either in the desktop or depende sa'yo. And then, click on the drop-down arrow and then click for the MPEG-4 video. Saka na siya masisave as video. And then another way naman, you can export. I-click mo lang siya sa baba. I-click and you're going to save. Then export lang siya, create a video, and then yun lang, na-create ka na ng video. Okay. Let us try kasi nahirapan ako sa video kanina. Let us try kung successfully ba siya.
We've learned that a computer system is composed of three. Do you recall the three major components of a computer system? Excellent! You must have studied our lessons well. Once again, They are the hardware, software, and peopleware. In today's lesson, we will be focusing more on computer hardware. Computer hardware is the collection of physical parts of a computer system. This includes the computer case, monitor, keyboard, and mouse. It also includes all the parts inside the computer case, such as the hard disk drive, motherboard, video cards, and many others. Basically, computer hardware is what you can physically touch. Computer hardware has 6 categories. We have the input device, the output device, the storage device, the central processing unit, the telecommunication device, and connecting device. In this lesson, we will be talking first the 2 categories, the input and output device. An input device is a hardware.
Okay, so yun yung po yung how a recording should be done. Okay. So, to end my discussion, if future generation are to remember us more with gratitude than sorrow, we must achieve more than just the miracles of technology. We must also leave them the glimpse of the world as it was created, not just it look when it got through with it. This is from Lyndon B. Johnson, former President of the United States of America. Once again, this is Teacher Faros Fortune from Holita National High School, Teacher 2, and a Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert. Thank you and good morning.
Wow! First applause for Maros. Maraming salamat po. Iba talaga yung pang-ending mo, pang-US talaga, madam. Maraming salamat. Okay, so at this point, ladies and gentlemen, to all our participants on board, we will be waiting for raising hands icon for you to be entertained, and we will be giving you the chance or opportunity to ask questions to Ma'am Faros Fortune. Any clarifications on the topic PowerPoint 365 and recorder? Yeah. So, sir, this is me here. So we're waiting for questions. So parang wala yata. So ibig sabihin talagang nakuha nila. I guess 2 options. It's either click your hand icon or you key in your questions at our chat box. And Sir Dexter M. Nas, do you have questions? Yan. Kung na yung mga pangutan din ha, because regional di ay tano, so katong atong mga disdak na mga participants diha, ayaw mo kaulaw o pangutana. Huwag mahiyang mga kaibigan. So again, to our participants all over the region, we are willing to accept questions from you guys. Thank you so much, Sir Nani. Okay. So, Ma'am Faros, parang klaro yata lahat, madam. Ang galing na.
Siguro.
Ano? Pero siguro ano, PowerPoint 365 is syempre parang familiar na rin sa atin to, no? So,
Yes, oo.
nadagdag lang.
Yes, sir. Yung mga karagdagan lang yung diniscuss.
Yes, kasi most of us gumagamit din siguro ng PowerPoint.
Yes, sir.
In various
Oo.
engagements already, especially teachers. So, I guess here, meron yata dito sa ating, ano to, Sir Jonas? Raise hand button icon. Ayun, meron. Check na. Sir, si Ma'am Jeremiah Vertulfo. Go ahead, Ma'am Jeremiah. Ma'am Jeremiah.
Good morning po sa lahat.
Ay, ma'am or sorry.
Good morning
Sir
po sa lahat.
Jeremiah.
Sir po.
Sir.
I would like to ask po if yung yung mga icons
Yun.
ng PowerPoint, like yung mga clip arts na sample. Can we
Opo.
use that for for illustrations, like gagawa kami ng video tapos gagamitin namin yun. Is there any
Yes, sir.
copyright protection or okay lang?
Copyright.
Since available naman po siya doon, as provided by the Microsoft, pwede po siyang gamitin. Kasi pwede po siguro, sir.
Oo, i-acknowledge na lang, sir.
Kasi po ma'am,
Sir Jeremiah. Ang
Oo.
importante, we just need to
Opo.
acknowledge.
At the end of your, pwede naman, sir. Kasi kahit na yung video na attach natin, at the end of our presentation, pwede din naman natin yung i-acknowledge. Especially the sources that, kung saan natin sila kinuha. Pwede naman ding, and the link, and including the date, kung kailan natin siya ni-retrieve. Pwede din po, at the
Yun.
end of your video.
Yes,
Okay.
yun yung importante doon.
Okay po. Salamat po.
Ayun. Thank you so much,
Welcome.
Sir Jeremiah. Sir Jeremiah, from what division are you?
Pambiliran po.
Wow, from Biliran Division. Maraming salamat po, Sir Jeremiah.
Thank you po.
Okay, so we are still waiting if there were questions from participants. Parang wala na yata. So time check is 10:52 in the morning, and we're still here on our day one of our online capacity building on setting up a hybrid learning classroom with Microsoft 365. Thank you so much, Ma'am Faros, for tune. With that, we'll be
Thank
having
you. Thank you.
Sir
10-minute
Maki,
break.
hello Sir Maki.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Meron po tayong 2 questions pa nasa chat box po.
Chat box. O, tingnan natin.
Opo.
Ay, Ma'am Faros, hold on for a while.
Okay, it's okay, sir. I'll be waiting. Patiently waiting.
Oh. Sana may recording session. Yes, meron daw po. And will be uploaded in YouTube later on. Baka
Okay.
need to uninstall the old version and install. Okay. Meron pong recording. Correct po, Ma'am Forte. I use okay. So far, sir, what searching paano mag-upgrade yung Microsoft Office?
Later.
Okay. Good morning. Okay. Sir Jim, wala namang other questions so far.
Okay. Ako nakikita ko dito, sir.
Sige daw, sir.
Okay, basahin ko na lang. Opo. From Sir Dante Borja. Pinadala through Opo. Pinadala through Telegram.
Ito bang paano namin ma-upgrade ang Microsoft Office?
Sir, different question po. Kung upgrade namin yung lower version ng aming currently installed Office, wala bang risk sa mga currently stored data and files sa aming computer? At saka yung isang question is from Razel Ida. Bakit po yung forms wala po sa inset tab ko po? The rest po na features ng PowerPoint 365 meron naman po.
Okay,
so yung forms ko po kasi kailangan po siya doon lang mismo or available po siya doon sa PowerPoint 365. Baka hindi pa po naka 365 or Office 365 yung PowerPoint mo, sir. Kaya hindi siya wala pa yung forms na available.
So yun.
Okay.
So it should be upgraded to
Yes, sir.
PowerPoint 365.
At saka din po, Sir Maki, pag lahat po naman kasi ng mga Microsoft productivity tools, pwede mo siyang mai-upgrade from time to time. If you already have used the Office 365, mag-open ka lang po ng isang productivity tool, meaning to say, it's either the Word, the Excel, the PowerPoint, or the Publisher. And then go on to your account. Doon sa account, meron po siyang doon na i-update mo lang. And then automatically, your productivity tool will be updated immediately. So
Yes.
lahat lang available po, na-update po siya from time to time.
And of course, take note, we should be online. So dapat connected po tayo
Yes,
sa
sir.
internet
Oo.
for all the
Yes,
updates
sir.
to
Dapat
take effect.
connected.
Tama.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Sir G, ano po? Sir Jim, saan mo nabasa yun? Parang sa LBC yata yun eh. Hindi ko siya nakita dito. Yung- May sariling ano si Sir Jim. May sariling box. Okay. Kasi hindi ko siya nabasa dito eh. Yung last dito na comment, Reynan Maitem. I used PowerPoint sa tutorial video in my Math 8 lesson. Ayan. So, thank you so much,
Wow. Very good. Thank you.
Sean. Ayan na ma-maximize yung gamit ng Power 365.
Yes.
So, Sir Kim. Sir Kim. Okay. So, I guess wala na tayong questions. So, according to Sir Jim, we'll be having a very quick break for a 10-minute break before we proceed to the last this morning. So much Ma'am Powers for Fortune. Okay, let's
Thank
have
you,
a break.
sir. Thank you. God bless and more power.
Sige, tamaya pa. Good. Okay, there we go. Kaway-kaway, mga kaibigan. Welcome back. Once again, time check is 11:09 in the morning. We'll start here on our day one of our online capacity building on setting up a hybrid learning classroom with Microsoft 365. We are to our last session for today. And earlier we had Dr. Nani Fernandez and, of course, Madam Faros Fortune. And at this point, it is my turn to share with you what is inside our Office 365, logging into your Office portal and setting up self-service password reset or SSPR. So once again, good morning and welcome back to the session. And I will just introduce myself. Okay, Sir Jonas, here. I-share ko na aking slide, no? Ah, saka yung ito, para later pag-share ko ng ano. Screen 1. Ah, pwede siguro check ko rin dito, no? So that I can see what's going on. Sige nga, tingnan natin. Wala pa? Uh-huh. So, share sa slide. Slide 1. Ito sa pinakauna. Mm-mm. So, more or less, lahat sila meron Then yeah. So there we go. Paki-check lang. Audio check muna. We would like to request our participants to please open your cameras. Please turn on your videos as requested by our technical team. Okay. So once again, good morning, everyone. I am Danilo Macalia, principal of Camiri Elementary School and the Microsoft Education of Leyte. So it's my honor to share with you my topic on Office 365. So of course, uh, Office 365 is designed for productivity and collaboration. Yan. And also promote work-life balance and work-life integration. So no matter how busy we are, because I have a chance to integrate, of course, work and life. So enjoy while doing your work offered by our productivity tools by our Office 365. So dati, tawag natin dito is Office 365 ngayon, Microsoft 365 na po siya. So it's also known as Office 365, but this time it is now Microsoft 365. Okay, so what is Office 365? Of course, we are very familiar with the tools, applications that are familiar to us as well. These are all the tools that we need. So para siyang periodic table of applications offered to us by our 365 accounts. Yan, it's always up to date. Bakit po sinabing up to date? So, sabi nga kanina ni Ma'am Faros regarding the features sa PowerPoint presentation. So, our Office 365 account is always up to date. So, nag-auto-update po siya. For example, if nilaunch po ang bagong update ni Microsoft, kinabukasan, eventually, your existing account will be updated to the recent version. So, ganun po siya. So, kaya siya always up to date or nag-auto up. So, of course, we just make sure that we are connected to the internet for the update to take effect. And it's on all our devices. Bakit sinabing it's all over our devices? Because our Microsoft 365 accounts can be installed into 15 devices, 5 for PC or Mac, 5 for laptop or tablet, and 5 for mobile phones. So, earlier, may nagtanong po regarding sa accounts ng ating mga estudyante. So, as an update from Sir Jonas, according to him, the accounts for the students will be sent with the central office to your school emails. And our school emails usually is the school ID at deped.ph. So, just try to check it out if nasend na po sa inyo. Baka may mga schools na na-roll out na po ang students account for their Office 365 accounts. So, it will be sent to the school email. So, again, it's a school ID at deped.gov.ph. So, it's your great work in the cloud. Earlier mentioned, you can work wherever you are, and it's automatically saved in OneDrive. So just make sure you're connected to the internet, and kung sakaling you are not online, all your work will be saved in your computer and will be auto-uploaded once you're online back in the internet. So again, it also synchronizes on all devices where all your accounts are installed. So kahit saan pong device, basta naka-install yung ating Office 365 accounts, will be updated all devices, across all devices, as long as you are connected to the internet. Okay, so while we are not yet connected to the internet, our work will be saved in our computer and eventually it will be auto uploaded once we are online back to the internet. So, of course, Microsoft will be very willing to assist you 24/7, anywhere and anytime. So, you can contact them through chat, through calls, or through email. So, they will be very willing to assist you with your concerns online. So, here, I would like to share to you how are we to log in to our official Office 365 accounts. Okay, watch out for this video.
Microsoft Office 365 is designed for productivity and collaboration. Your Microsoft Office 365 account is good for 15 devices, 5 for desktop computer or Mac, 5 for laptop or tablet, and 5 for mobile phone. Here are some reminders before you download and install Microsoft Office 365. Make sure your computer meets the system requirements. Uninstall the unlicensed Microsoft Office application on your computer. Download and installation process depends or varies on the speed of your internet connection and the hardware specifications of your computer.
Okay, so ito po, let's all take note of this. Make sure your computer meets the system requirements. So your division ITO can assist you with that. And then uninstall the unlicensed, if any, Microsoft Office applications on your computer. And download and installation process depends or varies on the speed of your internet connection. So, dapat po talaga before we do the installation, the download and installation, make a strong and stable internet connection. Kasi baka po magka-error, hindi magiging successful po yung installation natin. So again, it's always advised that before we download and install, make sure that we are connected to a strong and stable internet connection.
Let's start. Open your preferred browser and go to office.com. Click Sign In. When prompted at the Microsoft Sign In page, enter your Microsoft Office 365 account username provided.
Okay, so again, your accounts are usually provided by your respective division ITOs and cascaded to the different schools or districts.
Microsoft Office 365 is designed for product system requirements. Varies on the speed. Open your preferred browser and go to office.com. Click Sign In. When prompted at the Microsoft Sign In page, enter your Microsoft Office 365 account username provided by the Department of Education through your Information Technology Officer and/or by your ICT coordinator. The format for Microsoft 365 account is your first name, your last name, at your region, .deped.gov.ph.
To take note of the format.
Click Next. Click Next. Deped.gov name, your.
Okay, so again, it's your first name, last name at region. Ito pa yung distinguishing factor ng ating Office 365 account sa ating DepEd email. Kasi sa ating DepEd email, wala po yung region doon. Dito, naka-indicate po yung region natin. Okay?
Last name at your region. .deped.gov.ph. Click Next. Enter your temporary password. Your temporary password is good for 30 days only. So, you need to activate your Microsoft Office 365 account within that period. If your temporary password is expired, please contact your Information Technology Officer through your school ICT coordinator. Click Sign In. Update your temporary password. Enter your temporary password. Enter your permanent password. Be sure to use a strong password. You need to choose a password that's long enough with a minimum of 12 to a maximum of 128 characters in length.
Take note, the requirements, minimum of 12 to a maximum of 120 characters in length. So make sure not to forget your permanent password.
A longer password would be even better. Use numbers, symbols, capital letters, and lowercase letters. Use a mix of different types of characters to make the password harder to crack. Also, create a password that is easy to remember and hard to guess. Enter your permanent password to confirm. Click Sign In. Stay signed in. Click Yes. On the More Information Required screen, click Next. On the Don't Lose Access to Your Account screen,
Okay, this part is very important. So that is why if you're trying to log in the first time with your account, make sure you are connected to a stable internet connection so that tuloy-tuloy po yung ating configuration process or yung setting up ng ating mga accounts. Or else, pag pag ma-disconnected po tayo, hindi po tayo aabot sa ganitong part, which is very important for us to be able to secure your recovery password.
select authentication email is not configured. Click Set it up now. Enter your alternate email address, preferably your personal email account, and click Email Me. You will receive an email to your alternate email address with a code. Copy the code. Paste or enter the code. Click Verify. Then click Finish. Once you have successfully completed the initial login, you will be directed to the Office 365 homepage. From here you will have access to your email using Outlook, personal file storage and collaboration using OneDrive, along with browser-based versions of various Office tools, including Word, PowerPoint, Excel, etc. To download and install Microsoft Office 365, click Install Office Apps.
Again, so what you can see in the dashboard are browser type of a browser version of all the applications. So now you need to click Install Office. So click the first part, which includes Outlook, OneDrive for Business, Word, etc.
Select Office 365 apps. This will begin downloading the software to the computer. When done, double-click or select the Click to Run process. The rest of the components will download, update and install in the background. It could take several minutes to fully complete, depending on your internet speed and computer specifications.
Okay? Sorry.
Microsoft 365 homepage. Access to your email using Outlook, personal file storage using OneDrive, along with browser-based versions of various Office tools, including Word, PowerPoint, Excel, etc. To download and install Microsoft Office 365, click Install Office Apps. Select Office 365 apps. This will begin downloading the software to the computer. When done, double-click or select the Click to Run process. The rest of the components will download, update and install in the background. It could take several minutes to fully complete, depending on your internet speed and computer hardware specifications. Your install is finished when you see the phrase, "You're all set." Office is installed now and an animation plays to show you where to find Office applications on your computer. Select Close. The next step is to activate Office. To open an Office app, select the Start button at the lower left corner of your screen and type the name of an Office app, like Word. To open the Office app, select its icon in the search results. When the Office app opens, enter your Microsoft Office 365 account. Next, enter your permanent password. Sign in. Click OK. Office is activated and ready to use. That's all for now.
Yeah.
Until the next video.
So
Thank you for watching.
there we have it. So I would like to ask questions regarding the installation process or the setting up and installation process. Any questions so far? Okay. So with that, let's move on to another important topic, which yes.
Uh,
So earlier we were able
Sir
to do the
Maki,
login in.
excuse.
Yes. Go ahead, Sir Jonas.
My question po si Sir Marty Cabrega
Yes. Okay.
need to install all apps.
Come again, Sir Jonas.
Uh, Sir Marky Cabrega is asking if it is needed to install all apps.
You have the option, sir, to install all apps, or you can also choose specific apps what is needed. Then you can just download other apps at your convenient time as well. Okay, so by default, sir, all applications will be installed. So you also have the options to uninstall some of the applications that you don't need. Yes, okay. So by default, sir, all applications will be installed in your computer if it is successfully installed already. Do you have other questions, Sir Jonas? So again,
None so far, Sir Maki.
so by default po, lahat po ng applications will be installed. Okay. So again, earlier install the account. Okay, so now we move on to the next. Okay. Okay, so to log in again, just visit office.com, just simply knoffice.com in any browser, then input your credentials, your login credentials. Then once it's successful, you'll be brought back to your dashboard or the start screen. And again, the installation will be the speed of your internet connection, and make sure you are connected to a stable internet connection for a successful installation. So DepEd, that's this various applications that you can see on your screen. And so lahat is available in our Microsoft 365 accounts. So for collaboration, kasi nga ang Microsoft 365 is designed for productivity and collaboration. We have here a table on time sensitivity and the audience and the collaboration tones of the different applications. So for example, for individual, we have OneDrive for Business and Skype for Business. For urgent or talagang urgent or high time sensitivity, we have Skype for Business for instant messaging or calls. While for group, team, and department, we have various applications such as Outlook, SharePoint team sites, Office 365 groups, the planner, the very popular Microsoft Teams, and Skype for Business for online meetings. And if we are for a little bit formal, collaboration, we can use Office 365 Video and SharePoint Intranet. Ito yung within your organization lang po. And for both formal and informal, we have Skype broadcast. And for informal naman, we can use Yammer or para siyang may Facebook features na mess feature. So again, depending on your need, depending on the time sensitivity, you can choose the appropriate collaboration tool or app that is appropriate to you. Okay. So ito po yung pinaka highlight din natin Kasi marami syempre normally nakakalimutan po natin passwords and palagi po nating kinukulit si Mr. ITO ng ating school or ng ating division. So ito po, this is also to avoid the truckload of resetting and password reset requests sa ating mga division ITOs. So it's always best to set up our Office 365 password reset and management. How are we going to go about it? Okay, ganito po yun. First, if self-service password reset or SSPR is not enabled in you're going to contact your DITO for password reset. Please note that processing time for password resets upon submission to central office through each division office 365 account management form is approximately 7 days or more. So during your first login, you are being asked to provide an alternate email, personal, and phone number for you to authenticate in case you lost or forget your password. So during that process, napakalaga po na i-fill in po natin yung data na yon. So let's try it here. We go to, for a while, medyo let's go to our home page. Okay. Office.com. Oh. So, sana mag-cooperate yung ating internet connection. Yan. So, here, in our dashboard, we just need to click your picture or your account profile here on the upper right corner. So, once you're able to click that, yung My Account, you're going to sign in. Oops. Wait. Okay. So here we go. This will be the overview of your. Okay. So here is a sample. As you can see in the screen, this is the overview of my account. So the next step is for you to click security info. Yeah, there you go. Security info. Just right below overview, you click security info. Okay. Then this is now the content in the security tab. Okay. So if it is not yet set up, wala po yan dito. So all you need to do is to update whatever is there in your security info. So you need to activate or enable your two-step verification through your mobile number and through your email. so that you'll be able to reset your password yourself. Okay? So hindi nyo na po kailangan i-contact si Division ITO para i-reset yung password po natin. So dapat po nakaset up po yung ating uh, setting details here sa security info. Okay, so we proceed to next one. If self-service password reset is enabled in your account, proceed and click forget password. So kapag naka-enable po yon, ang gagawin lang po natin kung sakaling nakalimutan po natin yung passwords natin is just to forget password button. Then we're going to input the required information like phone number or alternate email to recover. You will then be receiving an SMS or email containing an authentication code. Then you're going to input the code and change your password. Take note, it is advisable to change your password every 90 days for security reasons. And always remember your passwords. Okay, here, step-by-step process for self-service password reset. Log in at office.com and click forget my password. Input your user account, and if there's a CAPTCHA, then click next. Choose an authentication method, mobile or email. Phone, you need to input the mobile phone you used during your initial login in Office 365. Then click text. You will receive an SMS that contains the authentication code. Now, input the code in the field provided and click next. Enter your new password, then click finish. Then, go back to office.com, log in using your new password. So that's how that's how quick and easy setting up your self-service password reset. Okay, so for Office 365 security, file encryption or password only in documents, we have email encryption and sharing links in OneDrive and permission levels in file sharing. You can also set the permission levels and setting expiration in shared files or folders. So if you want to share using link or SharePoint, you can also set the levels of the file share, who is permitted to view those files that you shared, and you can also set expiration in the shared files or folders that you were able to share. Okay, for password guidelines, take note, it should be at least 8 characters long, should contain upper and small case letters, special characters, and a number. Must have different passwords on different accounts. Change password for every 90 days at the least. Do not share your password. Do not put your password on a sticky note and post it in your computer. And avoid reusing or recycling passwords. Okay, so that's very important for our own security. Okay, while are there file level encryption? At the time, we send files with confidential data or personal identifiable information such as name, phone numbers, email addresses, students' grades, etc. So it's advisable that these files should be encrypted with password as a precaution, as it may fall to the wrong hands and the information may be abused or misused. Kung sakaling ma-missend natin yung whatever data is that, pag naka-encrypted po siya, hindi po siya ma-open ng basta-basta. So that's also a precautionary measure for us so that it will not use in a negative way, okay? Or it might fall in the wrong hands and will be able to be used, abused or misused, okay? So how are we going to do the file level encryption? So Office 365 has a feature that can encrypt files with password to secure personal identifiable information in your document. The process is applicable for applications such as Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So these files can be encrypted. So in your Office application, click on File, then select Info in the drop down. Okay, then click on Encrypt with Password. Then key in your password and click OK. Dialog box says, if you lose or forget your password, it cannot be recovered. Again, take note, ito po yung medyo delikado kasi kapag makalimutan po natin yung password, the file will not be opened anymore. So, pro tip, do not send the file and the password in the same email. Send the password to a separate email or alternatives like SMS or via official DepEd communications like Microsoft Teams. Huwag po ninyong ipagsabay yung file at saka yung password. Okay? Outlook will allow you to encrypt or secure outgoing emails with the following settings. Encrypt, do not forward, confidential, or confidential. So you can choose whatever is applicable to that kind of email that you're about to send. Okay, there you go. So again, I do hope we were able to cover up the most salient features or topic for setting up your self-service password. Kasi ito po yung kakaguluhan natin. Kung sakaling nakakalimutan po natin ang ating mga passwords, kalimutan na lang po natin yung mga access natin, kalimutan na lang natin sila, wag lang po yung ating mga passwords. Okay? So it's always important to take note of our input credentials, our login credentials, so that we'll be able to use our official Microsoft 365 accounts across all devices. Okay? So thank you so much, and I will be willing to accept questions from our audience. Okay, from our part. Naka-mute ba? Okay, so Sir Jonas, can you assist me for those participants na merong inquiries or questions?
Okay, sir.
Sir Jeremiah Vertulfo. Go ahead, Sir Jeremiah. You're acknowledged. Naka-mute pa si Sir.
Sir Jeremiah, you can unmute yourself po.
Sir Jeremiah, you can unmute now. Okay, Sir Jeremiah Vertulfo. Go ahead, sir. Sir Jeremiah. Wala yata, Sir Jonas.
Okay, so let me
Okay.
address lang po, Sir Maki.
Yes.
There was a question earlier with regards to the add-ins of Microsoft 365. At the moment po, the my add-ins po of Microsoft 365 is disabled by the central office. But there is a turnaround wherein we can install the add-ins. So let me share my screen po for a while.
Okay, go ahead, Sir Jonas.
Okay. Okay. So by default po, yung naka-sign in po sa atin is yung ating Microsoft 365 account. So we only have to switch this part here po, yung ating sign-in credentials. So by default po, yung naka-sign in po dyan is yung Microsoft 365 account ko, yung po. And if you go to add-ins, search add-ins, saan na ba yung add-ins? So wala po siyang add-ins kasi it is disabled po for in our account. But for this, ito po yung ginawa ko. I have signed in using my Outlook account or Hotmail. Ito po yung ginawa ko. Then from there, nag-switch po ako ng account. Ito po, meron na po siyang add-ins. You can install na po your add-ins. You can download from the store different add-ins.
Okay, so you mean, Sir Jonas,
Yan.
kailangan mag-switch account for them to be able to
Ah,
avail the Office add-in features, right?
so, ito lang po yung ginawa ko. I don't know if available pa to siya ngayon, but I was able to install this last time. Let me try. So parang bawal na siya ngayon. But I was able to install these add-ins before.
Mhm.
Okay. Sige po. Try lang po. Explore.
Okay, so again, it's always important that if you have chance, explore all the features of your Microsoft 365 accounts for you to be able to fully maximize the use or the productivity and collaboration tools offered to us by our accounts. So again, meron po tayong 15 licenses across 3 categories of devices, 5 for PC or Mac, 5 for laptop or and 5 for mobile phones. And it is synchronized in all devices as long as you're connected to the internet. Yes, any questions? Any other inquiries? Sa ating chat box, Sir Jonas, wala? Okay.
So far, wala naman po, Sir Maki.
Okay. So, Sir Jim, are you still with us?
As for the evaluation link, I will be posting later po the evaluation within the team. So make sure to answer po the evaluation. In the evaluation, embedded na po yung achievement codes which you can use to redeem your certificates for day one. Because aside from the certificates that you will receive from the regional office, you will also be receiving a certificate coming from Microsoft. So to be able to redeem those certificates, you need to answer the survey or the evaluation for the day, and you will be given the achievement code once you are done to redeem your certificates po.
Okay.
I will posting it later on the team.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sir, oo. Lahat na ba siguro sila naka-login na sa Microsoft Education Community? Or baka wala pa?
Wala pa, Sir Maki, siguro yung iba, pero may instructions naman din kung ano yung gagawin.
So we do hope you'll be able to activate the Microsoft Education Community for you to be able to use the codes that Sir Jonas will be sharing later. Okay, and enjoy also exploring a lot of resources in the microsofteducation.com. Nandun po lahat. Yes, Sir Jim. Sir Jim, we are about to end today's session. Today's last session. Do you have any other concerns, Sir Jim? Any other announcements? Okay, Sir Jonas. So again, the evaluation and the ano po ipopost natin later, Sir Jo?
Okay, I will share the initial link for or the initial link for the evaluation form for you to redeem the certificates. Do not worry po, this will be posted on the team. So, yan po. Okay. So, that will be all for on my end. So, back to you, Sir Maki.
So again, take note of that instructions. Sir Jonas will be sharing the link and of course the achievement codes. And these achievement codes will give you the opportunity to uh, official certificates from Microsoft, right, Sir Jonas?
Yes, Sir Maki.
Okay. So all the resource speakers will be sharing with Sir Jonas our individual achievement codes that will be shared to you for you to be able to redeem in the microsoft.education.com or the MEC community. Okay? So any other question? I can still see the raising hand icon with Sir Jeremiah Vertulfo. Let's get back to him. Is still available for a question? Sir Jeremiah Vertulfo, go ahead, sir. Naka-unmute na ba si Sir Jeremiah, Sir Jonas?
Yes, sir. You can unmute.
Sir Jeremiah, you can unmute now if you have questions. Or baka kanina pa to, na accidentally lang na press ni sir. So, hearing none, Sir Jonas, Sir Jim Albert, do you have any other final word or message? Meron pa po tayong announcement, Sir Jim. Okay. So time check, ladies and gentlemen, is 11 morning in our day one of our online capacity building on setting up a hybrid learning classroom with Microsoft 365. And today's session was handled by Dr. Hernandez Fernandez Jr. from Palo National High School and Fortune from Hulita National High School from Camiri Elementary School. Thank you so much. And we're able to finish our day one for this got sessions for this morning, and that finally ends our day one for this online building on setting classroom with Microsoft 365.
And a reminder po that answering the evaluation is a requirement po for you to be able to receive a certificate from Microsoft and the regional office.
Okay, so take note of that. You need to answer in the evaluation for you to be able to receive a certificate. So with that, would like to say thank you so much to all our participants who were able to join us for the day one session. To all the 100 plus, so how many are we today, Sir Jonas?
Let me check, sir.
Ah,
Bumaba na. Kanina 170 tayo. Sobra.
So again, thank you so much to Bye Bye City Division, Biliran Division, City Division, Northern City Division, Calbayog City Division, Eastern Samar Division, Maasin City Division, Northern Samar Division, Ormoc City Division, Samar. Yes, Sir Marty Cab. Yan, very good Sir Marty Cabrega. Maraming salamat po. Samar Division, Southern Leyte Division, Tacloban City Division, and our participants for the regional office, thank you so much. Of course, the very own Leyte. Congratulations, Sir Marty Cabrega, for successfully answering the survey. Ayan. Thank you, sir. So the rest of the participants, please do so. I'm. Can we turn on our videos, Sir Jonas? Can you do some screenshot? We would like
Yes,
to
sir.
request to activate your video cameras, and Sir Jonas will be doing screenshot. Guys, come on. Sir Joel Christian Salites, Sir Arias, Ma'am Irish Gate, Solana, you may activate your cameras or videos so that we can see you. Okay. Sir Markil Abayon is raising his hand. Sir Michael Abayon. Okay. Right. Sir Jonas, can you do some screenshots?
Wait lang, sir.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Smile.
Asan yung iba, Sir Jonas? Yung ibang participants? Ayun si Sir Marty. Aming ang galing Sir Marty. Sa team, Sir Marty Cabrega. Share those photos. Ayan. Sir Marty, anong ka? From what division? Sir Jonas, pa-unmute si Sir Marty.
Wait lang, sir.
Teka.
Sir Marty. Si Mark Jill Abayon, Sir Maki, may question.
Opo. Sir Mark Hilabayon, go ahead. Sir Mark Hilabayon.
Sir, none, sir.
Okay. Sir Mark, wala?
Yes, sir.
Andyan na, Sir Maki.
Wala daw question, Sir Mark Hill. Okay lang. Sir Mark, unmute tayo. Marty Cabrega.
Okay na, sir. Sir Mart. Wait lang, sir.
Marty. Sir Marty, ng microphone mo. Ayun! Ang galing ni Sir. From Ormoc City Division, maayong punto, diha. Actually, Sir Marty, yung memorandum nakalagay dito eh. Taga Ormoc na ako eh, oh. Tingnan nyo, sa memorandum. Actually, I'm from Leyte Division. Yan. So, kumusta Mayor Richard Gomez dyan? Thank you so much from the beautiful people, Ormoc City Division. Ayan. Hindi niya ma-unmute, Sir Jonas, si Sir Marty Cabrega.
Di ko ma-unmute gihapon.
Okay. So again, thank you, Sir Marty. You can share your photos sa Teams natin so that everyone can see those nice of the participants. Okay. So do you have other concerns, other participants? Yes, ma'am. Jocelyn Tonel. Good morning po. Ayan.